The opinions expressed of this show are for entertainment purposes and should not be misconstrued or interpreted as fact. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700.
Introducing Pubcoin. Pubcoin is the rewards program for pub sports contributors. Regular chat contributors share their play of the day, POD, in the YouTube chat, including the phrase POD in their message. At the end of the week, the amount of units earned are converted into Pubcoins. Pubcoin can be used as reward points for prizes, shop discounts, and contests.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Mills here, Pub Sports Radio. Do you guys want to challenge the personalities here at Pub Sports Radio? Do you guys think you're better than them at entering in your MMA predictions and picks? Would you want to get paid for it? $100? Here's how you do it, man. You sign up right here at the link below. It's just this easy. PubSportsRadio.com. Enter your email. Pick your weekly picks. That's it. Oh, and you get bonus points if you can predict how they're going to win in what round. Every single week, a new winner's getting crowned. So every Saturday on Pub Sports Radio. So come on and check us out. You can win $100 just for signing up. Only thing you need to do is see if you can beat us here at Pub Sports Radio by entering your UFC predictions and picks weekly. Do it. I dare you. See you guys soon.
Your membership to gold, you will be automatically entered in every horse race, every Wednesday and Friday. It is time to race horses. We are racing camels today.
Shout out to the gold members. We're racing in San Antonio immediately here. And we're off. 2 minutes, 74 canals on this racetrack. It's wide. We're racing in San Antonio.
Pat Wally moving forwardly. Jeff Slaughter in the mix as well. And as is Randall Sheffield, who's put that beautiful nose out front.
But it's actually real grass here, Jimmy. Maybe Kentucky bluegrass. Oldie, no! There he goes. There he goes. Oldie in the lead now. K. Wolf falls back. The horses love it. Sometimes they stop and eat it on the way to the finish line. That's why your horses start so far in the back. Oh, look at No Splash Allen bursting out here. J-Dub in the mix. Rude Boy up here as well. Jimmy, take it away.
There's Oldie. Oldie is moving to the front. We are past the halfway mark in our 2 mile. And there's Ricky Levy.
Oh my goodness, he's in the mix here. Jimmy, take it home. This is our first dog race ever.
19 seconds left in the horse race here. It's Fernando Mendoza trying to find the wire. 14 seconds left. Can Fernando Mendoza take this home? Here comes Kenny Can. Kenny Can wants a piece of the pie. Put his schnoz up front. Ricky Bobby, 9 seconds left. Can Donut Silks make a run? Can Res Mall make a run to be $50?
You son of a bitch!
Here comes Tori Coker. Kenny Can, Smoke and Mirrors, Director 97 home. That is great. Here comes Jason Meyer, the other auto custodian. Billy Friedrich, Jones one, they're all coming down to the finish.
Coin! Nowhere!
Oh no! Fanatical Jim!
From the Corker Peter Low Shack, legendary sports handicapper, more dapper than a dawn. Father young phenom, known as Jimmy, who declared one day that the bag was here to stay. Information like a PSA, when we all PSR, Pub Sports Radio, bizarre is a man named Slaughter, and he flip the script. No competition in this they quit the trip. But we say we be pubbing. Better with the bag and you love it. We want it top 10, we above it.
What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy Wednesday, August 20th to all of you. Thank you for watching Betting with the Bag right here on Pub Sports Radio. Another winning day yesterday, thanks to WNBA. 3-0 in that Liberty game. I was fortunate to cash that first half under by a hook, but sometimes the bounces are supposed to go your way, and they did. 4-0, the Sun was a smash and grab. And then I gave it back with the Storm. I thought I was going 5-0, but a terrible fourth quarter by the Storm. I probably shouldn't have trusted them. I broke a rule. Never bet against a team that just lost by 30 plus, but I felt like the Storm. I felt like I was going to get accountability from a big favorite, and that hurt. And then 4-5 in MLB. Disappointing. I really disappointed getting too cute adding that White Sox Atlanta first 3 under 2.5, and then not adding the Giants first 3 plus a half. Frustrating. Houston first 5 plus a half cash. Miami first 5 minus a half lost. Houston Detroit over 7 lost. Philadelphia -1 cash. Baltimore first 5 cash. Athletics Minnesota over 8.5. I bet I would never make ever X's and O's wise cashed, and they only scored 9 runs, but they had 9 runs after 5. Texas Rangers lost, and the Texas Kansas City over 8.5 lost, and then Arizona first 5 pushed because of that much. Corbin Carroll's second triple, we're talking, an inch off of a home run. But I'll take the push. Shout out to all the cappers joining us. Let's get this money. Justin McCelvy, Stacks Play Day number 1. J. Julio Rodriguez and Junior Caminero are the Stacks Plays of the Day. We have a monster show today, but most importantly, the Cappers contest is up. We're going to make a couple of videos for the Cappers contest and the Survivor, but it's up. It's up. Year 4, 5 picks against the spread each week. You pick your 5 games against the spread each week. Our first ever winner, Mr. Peter Loshak. In year 2, we had co-winners, Sharpie and Guillermo Zertucci. And last year, it was Nunya, our winner, who will be our season 4 champion. And the Survivor pool as well, up and at 'em. So $100 to enter, 4%. We only take 4% to cover credit card. So just $4 gone. Everything else goes fully into the pot. And it is up and at 'em. And the more people that are in it, the better, the more exciting it is. And we're going to be talking about it throughout the year. So please sign up for the Cappers contest and the Survivor pool video coming here soon. And it looks like a sponsor this year, but we're just waiting to tie everything up so we can talk about it often here. We got Fap Win in the house. Fap Win coming to us from Australia with this vat of lube. Thistledown race 7, time to shoot. Look at that. And Colonial Downs race 7, dripping gold. So we have a plus 150 and a plus 1,000 here for Fap Wins action. If you want to look with the the decimal turning it into odds. So man, Fap Win, a couple bangers. I've got those copied and pasted. Fap, thank you for that. Billy Friedrich, Pig Milk Play Today is in. White Sox first 5. Play Today number 1 for Gorky is the Blue Jays and Nigeria in Afro Basket. Irish King coming off a monster day. Gorky's next spots here. Let me make sure I've got everything. Gorky's next spots here are Mariners, Dardarian ATP, and the Brewers. And today we have the triumphant return of TJ to the show on Friday. 8-0 glory. 8-0. Was it the finest day that a Capper's ever had, a guest Capper on our show? I think it might be the finest day that we've ever had. Gorky asking if we want to see CFL here. Yes, very, very much so. Very, very much so, because that will go into our emails as well for our silver and gold members. And we thank you guys. We're going to be talking more about the memberships as we get closer to football season. But the silver and gold members will be racing for entry into the Cappers contest or Survivor pool of their choice here on Friday. There's Lex Steele in the house. There's our guy TJ is going to be rocking with us. Ken Mizrahi in the house. There's Gavin Henry. Our guy, Gavin Henry. It is great to see you. OG, low bagger, a trainer in Jamaica, thoroughbred trainer. Gavin, I wish you could be here, Gavin. Man, it would be magic if you could be here this Saturday. we are going to Woodbine, and TJ, my guest here, will be joining us. We have a great group of 12 of us in the Stella Artois Lounge. If anybody wants to join us, hit me, because we do have a table, a table of 4 that we could use that's reserved. So there is a few more spots if wanted, if needed. But man, am I pumped up for our Summit of Champions at Woodbine Racetrack. I cannot wait for Saturday. Ken Mizrahi in the house says, Gorky, keep bringing the CFL winners here to PSR. Thanks. Yes, Gorky, great job last week. I have tripled up on the Thursday nighter. I'm tripled up. I have Bombers double result minus 105. I have the full game under 49.5, which we talked about on Medicate Monday. I bet Monday morning. And then this morning I took the double result. And this morning I also took the first half under 24. That's an important number. It's a very, very, very important number. If you guys want to get in on, I see 23.5s everywhere. If you guys want to get in on that number, move quickly. If you want the first half under, if you're going to focus on the full game under that we talked about, that's, it's however you want to attack it. But now I got 24.5 at minus 120. So if you want to be over that very, very important key number, bet it right this second. Sharp offshores have already moved at 23.5. They opened it at 23.5 yesterday. They're still 24.5. It cost me minus 120 if you want that first half under as well. We have our UFC members only contest as well on Saturday. There is our guy, the Nuke Worker, says baseball's a great thing. We got to get right into it. We have first pitch in 26 short minutes. So I will be copying and pasting here as we set our day up. And it starts up with the Toronto Blue Jays at Pittsburgh Pirates. So let's introduce the star of today's show. What a performance last week, and we want more. And it just takes us working together, finding the angles that make sense where everything correlates and attacking. And that's what we're about to do. Please welcome. Cannot wait to finally meet the man in person, but he's here right now on our show. Get to meet him Saturday. Well, my man. God, that sounds good. Please welcome TJ to the program. Oh, sorry. TJ, what's good, man? How are you?
Hey, I'm good, man. We're rolling right now a little bit. Friday kind of just kept on going. Obviously not undefeated, but yesterday a 5-0 in one day posted in the chat. Games in there, and just it's going well when you're hitting first fives and then the team loses, like Texas first five.
Yes.
I had Arizona was my push, but I had Baltimore, Houston plus a half, A's money line, and Colorado team total under. So, I already have some action in today. We've lost some of the lines already, but we'll make everything official on the show, do it together, and try to stay hot.
Let's do exactly that. We got a great group of cappers here in the chat. Gregory Needham, Irish King. We have Lil Domo. Shout out to Lil Domo. Chill Will jumped in with us at the end of the show yesterday. Shout out to the fam, Lil Domo. Serious Business, We Do, Nut Flush, Allen, 9 Legacy, Old E, Ken Mizrahi, Von Polo, the star of our Look Good, Smell Good Squad new TV show on Pub Culture TV. That premiere episode is out right now. Nicholas Handy, JM, ready to go. Markel in the house. Crystal Craig, great to see you, my dude. Great to see all of you guys. Ross Pitts, Spooner, Cheshire Cat, Dougie Wise, ready to get to work. Turnbuckle, Tommy off a 6-0 day. I love to see it. Love to see all of this. Fernando Mendoza, there is Nordy heading to the 96 Canadian Derby over at Century Mile. You're right, because we have there's a couple huge races for us to hammer. And, we could start capping Century Mile because I'm not going anywhere when Woodbine ends. I'm going to sit right there. I'm not going anywhere. We have Spooner's action in. I'm going to keep copying and pasting as we go through, but we got to get to work here as our first pitch is in 23 minutes. Oldie, a PSR Gold member, thank you for that. Thank you guys for joining us. Wager Detective in the house. Steve G. Let's get to work, fellas. And TJ, it is great to see you, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us. 12:35 p.m. Eastern, the Toronto Blue Jays 74-53, 32-32 on the road. At the Pittsburgh Pirates 53-74, 35-30 at home, PNC Park, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They did announce that Bubba is being called up, their number one pitching prospect. Not for this, but it's going to be excited to see Bubba on the mound, their number one pitching prospect. for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I know they have Skeens. They have a plethora of young pitching talent in that organization right now. 76 Fahrenheit, feels like 78, 5 miles per hour out to right center, goes down to 4.1, gets back up to 5 by the end of it. Ballpark Pal has PNC Park plus 11%, as high as you'll ever see it, ever. Plus 5% homers, plus 16% doubles and triples, and plus 2% singles. Let's get into the line history here for our first game on the board. We have the Toronto Blue Jays at this moment at minus 153. They opened up at minus 161. There's been an 8-cent move away from them. Pirates have gone from plus 145 to plus 141. From a total standpoint here, we have an 8.5, and it's minus 116 to the over. Opened up minus 111 to the over. We've had 5 cents of movement towards that over. Let's take a look at the board here and see what it is telling us. Where is the cash? Our first pitch is in 22 short minutes. We start with Interleague Baseball at PNC Park. We have 80% of the tickets on the Jays, but just 59% of the cash, 58% of tickets on the under, and 59% of cash on the over. Justin McKelvey on the over 8.5 here on this one. Wager Tech said Blue Jays are 7-1 last game of the series in their history versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Chris Bassett is on the mound. And there is all the talk here, TJ's, about Bieber coming up. Shane Bieber pitching. He starts on Friday. And who will be dropped from the rotation? It sounds like they might go on a 6-man rotation. The issue is Bassett is the most likely person to be dropped right now. I wonder if that's hanging over his head or weighing on his shoulders. 11-6, 4.22 ERA, 1.33 WHIP. Last start, he went 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 homer, 4 Ks, 4 walks, and 6-5 win at home versus the Rangers. With the hoop, which pitcher will be dropped? The elephant in the room is Barrios. Hasn't missed a start in his major league career. Now, Barrios is not going to make the Hall of Fame. But if he did, that'd be the first thing that would be said about him, that this man never missed a start in his major league career. I mean, that's just unbelievable. And then he has way worse numbers on 5 days rest. And on 6 days plus, it's horrific. So it's just a very strange situation for Barrios. So is that going to be hanging on Bassett's shoulders or not? On the road this year, Bassett has struggled. 40 earned runs in 11 starts, 12 games. 70 hits and 56 in the third. Opponents hitting 298 against him. At home, he's 8-0 with a 2.73 ERA. On the road, 3-6 with a 6.39 ERA. But he is 4-0 in his career against the Pirates. 4-0 with a 2.10 ERA. I don't really care about that. Lefties are hitting 291, 840 against them. Righties 237, 662. We'll go over the opening lineups after we hear from TJ. So we have Oviedo on the mound. His first start since August 4th. He made a very brief return. Now, he sat out a year from Tommy John surgery. He pitched 1 inning against the San Francisco Giants on August 4th, and it took 43 pitches. He allowed 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 walks, struck out 3, and was immediately optioned to AAA Indianapolis the next day. Don Kelly saying that he went down and handled it with the competitiveness that we've always seen from him. Don Kelly said, I'm just really proud of the way he handled that, because it's not easy to do. Go through the whole journey to get back here, then you pitch 1 inning, doesn't go the way you planned, and you find yourself back in AAA. Oviedo was expected to be part of this starting rotation, but he had a lat injury in spring training that delayed everything. Jays last 30 days, 291, 856 OPS against righties. Pirates 245, 675. Jays bullpen has been horrific. It hasn't affected their win-loss column too much. 6.13 ERA last 30 days, while the Pirates has a 4.72 ERA the last 30 days. Take it away, TJ. Are you moving on game 1 on today's board?
This is a real interesting one with, sharp 20% a month, 20% of bets and 40% of money on Pittsburgh, line moving away from Toronto. So I think that's just Bassett on the road. There's no confidence in him. If I'm the Jays, I'm just throwing him in long relief and then let him start here and there at home and keep a 5-man rotation or something. But I don't know if he's willing to do that. You see these ERAs and the over and the nice weather. Somewhat concerning that it hasn't moved to a 9. I think we're getting a little bit of a story there that maybe Oviedo pitches well today. This guy has a career 4.53 ERA. He started 105 games in the minors. So it's not a small sample. 1.45 WHIP. I think that's about who he is. Obviously he, like you said, had that hiccup on his one game up. I don't know what was going on, but obviously rocked around and couldn't find the zone. So I don't know if he can rein it in and find some comfort out there today, or if the Toronto bats have been hot versus righties are going to continue. It's hard to trust Pittsburgh offense. I wish they had more lefties in the lineup. Horwitz, Reynolds, Sawinski. That's about it. Which kind of bodes well for him because he can get those righties out. But the way the market's not moving to Toronto is a big red flag for me. So I stayed off this. I was kind of looking at a first 5 under possibly because I think the fact that the books aren't moving this up is saying something. But I can't find an edge here in this first game, so I passed.
I agree. Seeing everybody on the blue. By the way, Gorky Lauer is already being dropped to the pen. He that's already happened. But yeah, we still need to drop a starter, but that's long time for us to discuss that. We don't need. That's not at hand here. Wu Rizza is the first person here that's not on the Blue Jays. And there's nothing wrong with all of you guys being on the Blue Jays.
It doesn't mean you can't win. We were all in the A's yesterday. It happens where everyone's on one side and it's right, but it's this line isn't going with us. So
it is not. It is not. And again, for myself, I need things to correlate in a certain way, and I don't see it happening in any facet here. Personally, I've got the lineups here. Let me get this up once again because they're not giving me a confirmed lineup for Pittsburgh still.
No, they don't have one confirmed yet.
Jesus. We know for the Jays, Springer, Barger, Bichette, Kirk, Varsho, France, Lucas, Schneider, and Jimenez here. Kong in the house says, how many people are already in both contests? I'm not sure, Kong, my man, but I am very, very excited as everybody keeps signing up. I'm excited. So we'll be talking about it nonstop, Kong, nonstop. Yeah, there's nothing here that appeals to me enough. Kristen Hess saying Blue Jays team total over 4.5, a good look. It all depends on. Clearly, it's fair to say here that it's pretty clear, and we know that sharps don't always win or anything, but that the Pirates are the sharp side here. We've seen this line keeps moving towards. As we speak, every minute it goes, another cent away from the Jays. It's now minus 152 from minus 161. Oviedo is such a question mark. I don't want. Oh, nice. Kong got both his tickets. Thank you. Yes, the contest opened up today. The contests are open today. Dougie Wise says pirate spot, but I don't trust them here. I don't know if it's necessarily a pirate spot, but clearly Don Kelly and the brass for Pittsburgh was very pleased the way Oviedo handled the demotion after an inning. And this is a weaker lineup than we've seen for the Blue Jays, but Springer's back, and these guys are playing more than the sum of their parts.
Yeah, and eventually losing your best bat is gonna, or your second best bat, I guess this year is gonna hurt you. It's just a matter of when. And there's so much variance here on what to expect out of Oviedo. I can write a script either way.
Yes.
Which I can't put my money behind that.
Yeah. Nasty Nate says, I will cash the Jays first 3 all alone. Then I will be cheering for you. AM is on the under 8.5. Yeah, there's nothing here. It just feels like a guessing game. If you're going to sit back and say, Bassett, who's been terrible on the road this year, is going to pitch well against the weak Pirates lineup, how do you put holes in that?
Sure.
I get it. Now, we don't have a confirmed lineup. We know that lefties have been hitting him hard. So that's Horwitz, and then Reynolds a hit from the left-hand side. Then you have Sawinski. So, we're dealing with just possibly only 3 left-handed bats, which should bode well here for Bassett. And then Oviedo is a giant question mark here. he's a big question mark. So
Yeah, Bassett's walks have also gone up the last 3 starts too. Nine walks over, what is that, 14 innings, 15 innings?
We see the teams that have better records than what was expected to them, and you can always go to one key point: starting pitching injuries. And when they don't have injuries to their starting rotation throughout the season like the Jays have had, they're going to pitch well, and when they do, they get hurt. Dav Fenn on the Jays' first 5. Justin McKelvey wants runs in this game. Ronnie Lofton in the house. So Turnbuckle Tommy says the one good thing is if you're backing the Jays here, they're 1-1 in this series, so they need to win. This game means something. All right, I'm nothing for TJ or I. We've got lots of afternoon action, lots of things to attack. We'll also be able to live bet this game as it goes. So there is your 12:35 start. It pops off in 12 minutes. Dav Fenn on the Jays' first 5. Chris Warren on Barger for a home run. We have Julian Cesario in the house. Great to see you, Julian. Let me make sure I get your action copied and pasted here. My friend Julian Cesario coming to us from Hollywood, California. Get that copied and pasted here. So AM on the under 8.5. We have Nasty Nate on the Jays' first 3. Rizza, the only one planning on how to bet the Pirates. Joe Yurkovich on the Jays -1.5 at +100. We have Swiggy on the Blue Jays, Blue Bombers money line parlay. Nuke Worker on the Blue Jays on the run line. Spooner is on the Blue Jays -1. Robert Franklin on the Blue Jays. Cheshire Cat on the Blue Jays team total over.
And maybe I just have a bias. It just seems like all these early day games seem to go under early.
They do. They do.
Incredible.
And we thought that'd be something that would change once it got hotter, and it hasn't seemed to. DC Capper on the Jays team total over 4. And JW, there we go. So JW rolling with Woo Rizza. JW on Pittsburgh +136. All right, we got lots of afternoon action. Let's attack here. 1:05 p.m. Eastern is our next spot on the board. Let me get over here. Jose will be with us shortly. So we have Mariners, Phillies. Certain games we feel like we see clearly. Knowing that Castillo was going to get touched in that last start against the Mets was great. I'm hesitant to be hammering it once again here. Nate Dogg on Toronto money line, Bassett 5+ Ks, and Bichette RBI. AM on the over 8.5 here. By the way, Chris Warren also adding Sawinski over 1.5 bases +149. Luis Castillo 8-6, 3.48 ERA, 1.22 WHIP, 11-9 win at the Mets last out. 4 innings, 6 earned runs, 3 homers, 5 Ks, and 1 walk. On the road this year, he's allowed 33 earned runs in 11 starts, 75 hits, and just 60 in the third. He's not being very good. And as we talked about, that New York Mets lineup was a bad one for him to go up against because lefties are hitting him at a very high rate, 285 with an 834 OPS. And there's some dangerous lefties in this lineup. We have the confirmed lineup. We have it opening up with Trey Turner, the righty, but then Schwarber, Harper, a couple lefties. Real Muto, Bohm, 2 righties. Then Marsh, a lefty. Then Bader, a righty. And then Kepler and Stott turning the lineup over. The Mariners lineup is confirmed. Rosarena, Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez. And that brings us to our stacks play of the day. Julio Rodriguez over 1.5 bases for our guy, Justin McKelvey. Stacks number 1. And, of course, we have both Justin and Billy Brisbane for WNBA today.
Stacks, 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 stacks.
We got our guy, the chillest in the house, Mike Wilkerson, shouting out whoever gave the alt Phillies team total over 5.5 yesterday. Glad you cashed on that, Mike. So after Julio Rodriguez, we have Suarez, Garver, Solano, Crawford, Dylan Moore, and young Cole Young turning the lineup over here. Gorky says his mind says that both these pitchers get touched and the Mariners pull it out. So let's talk about Luzardo on the mound. Luzardo 11-6, 4.21 ERA, 1.34 WHIP. He had some tip pitching issues earlier in the year that seem to have been solved. He's coming off a 3-2 loss at the National, 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 1 homer, 7 Ks, and 3 walks at home this year. He's had a couple performances where he's been lit up and smoked, and it's hurt him. It's hurt his numbers, but he's also been very good at times. Overall, it's not very good. 12 home starts, 38 earned runs, 69 hits, and 65 in a third. With a 270 opponent's batting average, he's allowed 7 home runs and 65 and a third at home. 7 home runs at home and 6 on the road. Mariners are not hitting lefties, 228, 697 OPS, and the Phillies are hitting righties hard, 270, 814 OPS. Mariners bullpen being decent, good since in the last 30 days, 3.70 ERA, while the Phillies bullpen 4.20 ERA. Matty Ice here is on the Seattle team total over here. DC Capper on the over 8.5. Let's take a look at the weather before we hand this over to TJ, of course, coming off an 8-0 day with us last Friday. We have light rain in the forecast in the second half of the game. Could pose a problem. 75 Fahrenheit feels like 74. 6.9 miles per hour right to left and very slightly in. Dies down to 6.3 miles per hour. Ballpark Pal has this right now at, here we go. Citizens Bank plus 8%, plus 21% home runs, plus 8% doubles and triples, minus 6% singles. Line history here, we have Luzardo and the Phillies at minus 138. There has been a move to them now. There was a move to them this morning, but there was no move to them when I woke up. The move started moving towards them at 9:08, and that was a pretty big move, a 12-cent move towards the Phillies from minus 138 to minus 150. That turned out not to be the high water mark because at 10:30, a few hours later, got up to minus 152. Then we had, we talked about the big move towards the Phillies. Then there was a big move towards the Mariners at 11:09. The Mariners went from plus 135 to plus 125. So right now we have 5 cents of movement towards the Philadelphia Phillies. We'll deem if that's enough, depending on where the cash is. We have a total of 8.5. It's minus 113 to the over. This did get up to 9. Got up to 9 at 9:03 a.m. It wasn't the most legitimate 9, but at 9:30 it became a very legitimate 9. And it was at a 9 for about an hour before it went back to 8.5. Overall, we've had 7 cents of movement towards the over. Gorky says Seattle has the better pen by 7 miles and 56 furlongs, if you're doing the math there. Let's get into the cash flow here for this. 54% of the tickets, 75% of the cash on the Seattle Mariners. So, feels like sharp action. 66% of the tickets on the under and 51% of cash on the under. So bigger bets are coming in on the over. Very interested to hear your thoughts on this one. We are 34 minutes away from first pitch. DJ, take it away.
Yeah, I don't think this is too much different than last time Castillo was out against the Mets. I mean, we know the Mets were getting to righties. They have some lefties there that are dangerous. And Philly has the same thing. Looking at this starting lineup here, Schwarber rocks them. They have a lot of history off him, batting over 300 with a high OPS. And it's a spot where Castillo, I don't think, is going to be super comfortable. You already talked about his road starts. He's a pitcher I like to back at home. I've said that on the show or in the chat. But, on the road, I'm not shy to fade him. And then you look at the other side, Luzardo, and yes, it's been much improved lately. But he does struggle versus righties. And, Seattle's loaded up with some of their big righties that can get to him. The line movement here, at first, I was kind of confused by it, but I think it tells us that both pitchers are vulnerable. If it wasn't, all that money on Seattle, I think is indication that the market thinks Luzardo can get hit. But I also think Castillo can get hit. And then, the tricky part is the weather here. And do we want to go a full game or first 5? How do I want to attack this? I don't want to get on the side. Seattle just, I know Gorky loves Seattle. But they're just dropping games now left and right. And Philly is one of the best teams in the league late in the game. They have been, at least over the last month. They're getting to bullpens, so they're well prepared. I like the over here, and I was looking at team totals, but I think the best way to do it is just do a first half, get in and get out before the rain. So I can get a first half over 4.5, which I don't bet a ton of, at minus 105 right now. So that's going to be my play. First half, 4.5 over minus 105 at Heritage.
Is that any different from what you? I know that you give out lines that people can bet right now, but is that any different from what you moved on?
I actually moved on the full game over this morning, 8.5 minus 112. But I think, looking at it more, I think the right way to do it is get it early with these starters, and then both bullpens have some good arms available. So.
This is my concern here, and I just want to talk it out because I do feel like there's only one other 1 p.m. game, so we can spend a little bit of time here. Again, we are 32 minutes away from first pitch. My concern with fading Castillo is how badly he got touched in that last start, and he's a competitive guy, and it was embarrassing for that to happen to him in New York. If you go through, he had gone 8 straight starts without allowing over 3 runs. In those 8 starts, only 2 of them he allowed 3 runs. The other 6 were all under. So I fear a bounce back performance. He didn't look good at home against the Brewers, and he bounced back in that AAA ballpark in Sacramento. If you look at the times he hasn't looked good, he looked bad at Minnesota. 5 earned runs in 5 innings, and he bounced back and had a really nice performance against Texas. He looked bad at the Angels and had a really nice bounce back performance against the Guardians. So that is my first concern, because I watched him get touched and I predicted him to get touched. And so I have a bias now where my subconscious wants to go right back to that well. And I just want to say that out loud. And then Luzardo has been pitching well. He's been pitching well. Those last 2 starts were on the road. Going back to that last home start was a quality start. Didn't walk a batter against the Orioles. Then you go back to getting touched up against the Red Sox. The first 2 starts out of the All-Star break were poor, and they were at home. And the Mariners aren't hitting lefties, and you make an important point about what that Luzardo has the old-fashioned splits for a lefty, right? He's hitting 275 with a 770 OPS against them, but the Mariners just aren't hitting lefties. Could that change here? Luzardo cares very, very much right now. That's clear. It's clear how much he wants to succeed and how important it was to get out of Miami and come to a team that was playing, real baseball this time of year. He has messages written on his glove. He had the tipping pitches incident. I'm interested in backing Luzardo down the stretch. And again, my fear of Castillo bouncing back after getting hammered. Now, but TJ, your belief more about you think that the bigger deal here is that this is almost to a T the exact kind of lineup that touched him last week. And we know that lefties are hitting him hard, and they're dangerous lefties in this lineup.
Yeah, and if you look at, where he has bounced back a lot after giving up runs. Definitely give you that. But he's only had 2 back-to-back road games where he got lit up early in the year against Cincinnati, and then he went on the road and gave up 10 hits and 3 runs to Toronto. So that's not really a bounce back spot. Those are 2 bad starts. The next time, like you said, Minnesota, 7 hits, 5 runs, and then went to Texas, who at the time wasn't hitting at all. And they got 7 hits off him and 2 walks. So they had 9 base runners in 6 innings, which is, a good start for him, obviously only allowing the 1 run, but it doesn't give me confidence that he was like lights out. I get it. He's a vet. He's done this before. He bounces, he's been one of the best pitchers of the last 8 years in baseball. But definitely less comfortable on the road, definitely less comfortable during the day. His ERA is a couple points higher, and that happens as you get older and, out of your routine. You need that rest. And yeah, it's the lineup for me. It's Philly is better than the Mets are against righties, and he struggles against them. So I can't back Seattle. I definitely get the script you're laying out, like going over the career of this guy, and even this year he has been bouncing back. I just don't think this lineup is the one that's going to allow him to do that.
I agree. I agree with that. What do you deem? What the hell's going on with this? Is this really happening? My 365 is all messed up. What do you deem the price difference should be first 5 and full game on the side?
Probably 5 cents.
In which way?
Philly, Luzardo.
Well, let's find out right now. Here, I gotta switch to a different. Let's find out. I'm very curious to see the price difference here. It's funny, on our first game, it was clear. Everybody wanted a side, and everybody that was the Blue Jays, and everybody hammered it. Here, it's a lot less attention here. So let's just see what we're dealing with on the price difference here. For the Phillies are minus 140 full game, and first 5 they're minus 150.
10 cents there. A couple sharper offshores have about 5 to 7 cents.
And do you think here, and this will be my final thing, then we can move on here, where I feel like I've covered it adequately enough. Do you think that it helps that they, just faced Christopher Sanchez, a lefty, and the Mariners are facing another lefty here today? Do you think that helps them?
Oh yeah, they've actually faced three lefties on the 15th, 14th, 13th, and yesterday. Yeah, so they faced like 4 straight lefties. No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the Mariners.
Yes.
Yeah, they faced 4 straight, and granted, they haven't had a ton of success. They got to Panaya, but Trevor Rogers is pitching excellent right now. We know Jeffrey Springs can come up and pitch big. So those last, 4 or 5 games, they haven't scored a lot, but they did get to Sears out, Anderson out, Kikuchi out, all before they went 5 innings in the 3 starts before that. So that was the end of July. I guess it depends on how big of a sample you look at. Definitely, they're definitely bottom half, last 14 and last 30 days against left-handed pitching.
Christopher Ing, my man, just let me put a bow on this because there's been a 7-cent move or so on the full game over. We've watched it go up to 9 and come back to 8.5. But there's been a 19-cent move, a leadoff home run by Springer for all those Jays backers. Beautiful. God, what a monster he's been this year. He's just a gamer. Right when everyone thinks his career is over, he just fires back. I mean, he said in the offseason, he's like, look, my quick twitch, it's all there. It's all there. It's just my recovery isn't. He said that all, and then he's just following through. There's been a 19-cent move to the over on the first 5 over 4.5. There's been just a 7-cent move to the full game over. I also think that, there's a bias when people see Castillo and Luzardo that would veer them away from that first 5 over. So I'm going to join you. I'm going to join you on this first 5 over 4.5. I feel like that is the most sensible spot here on the board. Let's see what it costs over here. This would help. A nice public book like 365. Wow, it's interesting. Now this was a plus money spot when it first came out, over 4.5. Lucas Ryan says, TJ, would you now bet the Phillies full game and first half? Lucas, he's not betting it now. I'm not entirely sure, but sure, let's ask him.
Yeah, no, I don't see value on the side here. So no, I wouldn't bet. If I'm betting the over, I do already have an over 8.5 full game, but for the purpose of the show, I also bet the over first 5, and that's available at the price I got it at, and I'm more confident in it. Take the bullpens out of it because I think it's the starters that are vulnerable.
Yeah, I'm not sure how vulnerable Luzardo is, honestly, and that I could be very wrong here. So we'll see. Let me just get locked in here. Okay, I'm going to move on this. I just want to.
So we probably need 3 out of Philly, right? We agreed. We probably need 3 out of Philly.
I think so.
And I think we get there.
Let me just because I'm gonna be betting this right now. Let me just make sure one more thing before I. Yeah, I think this line is a pretty nice line that 365's offering at a pick 'em minus 125. Or sorry, minus 110 each way.
First
Okay,
three over 2.5 is minus 122 to 125.
Oh yeah, sorry. The question about the first three here was asked in the chat from my dude. My dude, this is the reason why I moved to first threes is because now I know that you'll see the top of the lineup a second time in the first three generally, unless it's just the pitcher is pitching spectacular. But it's that second time and possibly the third time through the lineup that these pitchers are getting touched. That's where I was losing all my first five unders. So I only want first five overs and first three unders is my situation. So no,
I agree. I agree entirely with that.
So okay, all right, okay. I'm in business here. Going to tweet that out here in a second. But let's get to our second second afternoon game. But my man Christopher Ing in the house. Sorry, Christopher Ing. I was focused and wanted just to stay on the thought there. But it is great to see you, Christopher, my man. And yes, we are hammering the Travers on Saturday, but we're hammering it here, all of us together at Woodbine Racetrack. So it's going to be fully capped, and we're going to bet it all, the group of us all together, and we're very excited about it. But so we won't be live, unfortunately, for the Travers, as TJ and I will be day drunk.
Yeah. Another thing that I like to look at is I'm part of a couple sharp exchanges, and the over 4.5 there is minus 116. So
that's great. All right, I'm just going to send this into the local very quickly so I can just stay focused. I apologize for this. All right, we're in business. Okay, I'll get that out on X here in a little bit. Let's move on to – make sure that got through. Yes, okay. Let's move on to our second game on the board. Second 1 p.m. game on the board. Third game on the card. Houston Astros at the Detroit Tigers. You had a great look that a bunch of us rocked with yesterday with the Astros first 5+1/2. Unfortunately, I also moved on the over 7.
We got lucky there with the leadoff triple in the bottom of the fifth.
Yes. Yeah, I thought it was done. I thought it was over. But God, he's a gamer, man. He's just a gamer. He's a I can't wait to watch him. I hope to watch him pitch in the playoffs. I mean, we'll get it, whether it's a wild card or, first round. Dougie Wise is on the Tigers plus 103. We have Framber Valdez going up against old man Charlie Morton. And I like where Dougie Wise is at here with old man Charlie Morton. Let's start with the weather and then get into old Trombolone Morton. 71 Fahrenheit, feels like 68, 8.9 miles per hour to right field. Gets up to 10.6 up to right field. We also have Troy Torrance on the Tigers, Justin McKelvey on the other side with the Astros. That makes Comerica Park more offensive than usual, plus 9%, plus 3% homers, plus 4% doubles and triples, and plus 8% singles. We know that Framber Valdez is a gamer. 11-6, 3.01 ERA, 1.18 WHIP. He steps up in important moments. Now, his last 3 starts have been really bad. In his last 3 starts, he's gone 18 1/3. He's allowed 24 hits, 12 earned runs. The interesting thing is he's only struck out 10 batters in those 18 1/3. He's walked 6. He's coming off a 7-0 loss at home versus the Orioles. He went 6 2/3, 9 hits, 4 runs, 3 of which were earned, 1 homer, 6 Ks, and 1 walk. And another interesting part is the Astros have lost his last 4 starts. On the road this year, he struggled at times. He has allowed less hits than innings, 69 hits and 74 2/3, but 35 earned runs over 12 starts. He's only allowed 5 home runs on the road, 247 opponent's batting average, and his splits are strong. And then you have old man Morton. His last start was Thing of Beauty, 7-0 win at the Twins, 6 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, 5 Ks, 3 walks. Lefties and righties both hit him hard, but all these numbers have been dropping. And the Astros are not hitting righties hard. 240, 672 OPS, while the Tigers are hitting lefties hard, 255, 738. And the Tigers bullpen's starting to pitch very well again. Justin McKelvey says this is an important moment. It is. It is an important moment, and he steps up. If this was him pitching at home, I'd be all over him. Is there a situation where he's dealing with arm fatigue? He's already at 152 1/3. I'm not sure. But let's take a look at this line history and the cash flow. We have, from a total side of things here, sorry, let me go over the full game. From a total side of things, We have an 8. It's minus 116 to the over. This would go up to 8.5 often, and it kept coming back. Right now they have an 8.5, but it's plus 103 to the over and minus 115 to the under. I mean, surely there's been a slight move towards the over, but not that much. From a money line standpoint here, we have the Tigers at minus 103. They opened up at plus 114, a 17-cent move towards the Tigers. LJ from H-Town on the Astros money line. Nicholas Handy on Astros first 5 minus half plus 115. If you are on the Astros today, you better have a ton of conviction. You better say, this is why, these are the X's and O's. This is why I'm going to beat the books and beat the sharps. And if you have that conviction, then you fire away. And Justin has that conviction. Let's take a look at the cash flow here. We have 62% of the tickets and 66% of the cash on the Houston Astros, and this line's moving away from them. 52% of the tickets on the under and 80% cash on the over. Well, I have to bet the Detroit Tigers here. There's just, this is a bet that is absolutely forced my hand. TJ, take it away. Astros Tigers.
I feel the same way. Looking at this earlier, and I bet Detroit at plus 113 at about 10 o'clock.
Wow.
And I like what I'm seeing. The books continue to take Houston money and move it to Detroit here. Is something wrong with Framber? It's hard to say. He did face 3 lineups that can hit lefties: Boston, Yankees, Baltimore. It's not the easiest stretch, but man, he's getting hit like 9 hits, 8 hits, 7 hits, 6 walks over that span. This is the game to find out if he's got something he's dealing with, or he's back to big time pitcher Valdez. Now, the market tells me that he's not back because this got all the way up to minus 130. This morning, and we're seeing minus 105 now. Even worse at exchanges. So, you have to bet Detroit. Like I said, I got it at 113. I am fully in agreement that that's the play here. The market's telling you that's the play, and I like Charlie Morton. He's been spinning that curveball and getting strikeouts. Against a team that's struggling to hit right now. And I think they put up 0 or 1 run in 3 or 4 straight games. So until Jordan gets back, I think we continue to fade Houston versus competent righties, and I put the crusty bet in that camp. So for the show, I'll take the best line available now. But yes, definitely Detroit money line.
Tigers money line, and then I guess it's slightly moving to the over, which can kind of get me off of it. But,
yeah, there's a lot of cash on the over.
But it's not moving.
Right. It's 80%, 81 night,
It's not. It's just
and,
not.
And if Valdez gets hit, let's say Valdez gets hit around, right? It's usually not fly balls. It's hard line drives, ground balls that get through, hard contact. So it's not like the ball's going to be up in that wind very often. And if our story is Detroit's going to get to Valdez a little bit, it's probably not via the long ball. So it's more like 3 runs over 5 innings, and that's probably enough to get it done with the bullpen, and no hater for Houston. So,
and Troy Torrance saying fade the steam on the over, but AM also on the over 8. He says he's got under trends. There's our guy Big Show Picks in the house. Says what a game yesterday. I think we're gonna get another one today. Okay.
I mean, if Morton was facing someone like the Phillies or the Mets, somebody with some left-handed bats that could get to him, I wouldn't be backing him here. But I'm not scared of this Houston lineup.
His numbers against lefties has improved. It's 256, 810, so not great, but it's much better than it was. It's got to the point where righties are hitting him with a higher average, just way, way less power here. So I'm going to get my action in here for this one. So that concludes the early games here. We have we skipped that Pirates Jays spot. TJ's on the first 5 over 4.5 minus 105, and he's also on the Pirates. I'm going to join him on these 2 spots, and I have bet them.
I'm not on the Pirates, but yeah.
Oh, sorry. We skipped the Pirates game.
Yeah,
Tigers. Joined him on the Tigers, and sorry, my bad. First 5 over 4.5. Sorry, multitasking here, trying to get this action in, and it's minus 103 offshore. I just sent it in at minus 105, so I will deal. with all of that. So
FanDuel minus 102.
It's perfect timing. We have our producer ready to attack with us here, and we're about 10 minutes away from the first pitches in the 1 o'clock game. So without further ado, let's welcome our producer of the show here, Star Say Hey Plays, and the backbone of Pub Sports Radio. Please welcome Wesley Snips to the show. Jose, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing all right. I got my ass kicked a little bit yesterday, but we're back at it again, ready to attack here. So should be fun.
Did you move on the Pirates game?
No, I just moved on the Tigers with you guys after hearing the market stuff. So that's the only thing that's official for me. Minus 102 for me. So let's go Tigers.
And then what were your thoughts in that Mariners game?
I mean, I honestly, I didn't have many that would be very productive for our conversation here. So we could roll on. I personally thought that this was a little. And by the way, who's pitching? I had Luis Castillo, but now I'm seeing Bryce Miller.
What?
Should be Castillo.
Okay, cool. Then I was looking at something from yesterday then, because I just refreshed.
Okay.
And
yeah, it's Castillo. It's Castillo.
Okay, cool. Just wondering. But yeah, I didn't really have anything. I just focused on the Tigers, I guess, because like you guys said, there's 60% of the bets and money on Houston. It's minus 120 opener-ish, whatever it was, and we've gone down to almost even both ways. So let's go Tigers.
Yeah, this is, these are the kind of spots that I really that I look for. And again, it doesn't mean that it's going to cash for sure, but if these are the spots, I mean, they just cash more than they lose. So I'm involved here in those two spots. So we got afternoon action here. Let's roll on, fellas. J.R. Switch took a shot with the Mariners first 5+1/2. J.R. Switch rode with me in that first half under 85.5 in the Liberty game. It was a sweat, man. It was a sweat. We have a big bet.
I like that low Shack. I mean, I don't know what the juice is on 4.5 under, but.
Oh, nice to have Peter rocking.
Well, I was about to say, what the fuck? Peter's watching the show?
Oh, Peter, by the way, for everyone watching, had a monster day yesterday. I knew it was coming. A monster day Peter had.
Bet a few sides yesterday, too. So that was nice to see.
He had a monster day. I love to see it.
Shout to Low Shack.
All right. So, yeah, Peter looking at that. So his team total under 4.5. This is a very appealing spot. And but there's cappers, very respected cappers on the other side, so we'll see how this bangs out. That is Astros Tigers, and we have Lucas Ryan saying that $115,000 bet out there on the Astros money line.
Great,
and the line's still moving to the Tigers. So, all right, let's move on to
who has $150,000 bet?
MLM. MLM.
Whatever that is.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
There's Mr. Belvedere after cashing Liberty minus 2.5. As we talked about yesterday, best spot on the entire sports board. And that they were in control first quarter, first half full game. I mean, it got a little tight late, but they won by 10. All right, let's roll. 3:40 p.m. Eastern is our next spot. Welcome to the show, Jose. It is great to have you here. Nate Cerna cashing that Blue Jays first to score. Great job. But it is now 2-1 for the Pittsburgh Pirates. 2-1 for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Great bet there, Mason.
Guardians 64-61, 33-30 on the road at the Arizona Diamondbacks, 61-66, 31-31 at home. We're at Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona. We have the young lefty, Parker Messick, the young second-round pick, making his MLB debut here. I did a deep dive on him this morning, and this is a confident kid out of Florida State University. Last year, he started in high A and went up to double A. He looked really good in double A last year. He's 23 last year, 24 now. He looked really good. He had 14 games, 13 starts through 65 2/3. Had a 2.06 ERA and a 1.005 WHIP. He has a tendency to walk too many batters, and that's kind of It's been an issue. It's something that they've been working on it with him. He tries to be too perfect, and he looked great last year. So this year he got promoted to AAA, Columbus, and he looked very good. 20 starts, 98 and 2/3. Again, the walks were a bit of a problem. 119 strikeouts and 42 walks, but 3.47 ERA, 1.22 WHIP. This kid is good. This kid is a very, very talented lefty. And the Diamondbacks numbers against lefties are dropping. You know, they got rid of Suarez and Naylor, and they're dropping. They don't have much power against lefties. And the Guardians bullpen, has been very good. And we know the Guardians know what they're doing when it comes to pitching and young pitchers as well. Fought, on the other hand, somebody that I've had debates with TJ about for years now. And he's been bad this year. There's no question about it. 5.08 ERA. He's got some underlying stats that are good. He's allowed 3 home runs at home, 18 on the road. Here he is at home. But even at home, they're hitting 282 against him. It's just they're not going yard. 29 earned runs and 13 home starts. And both sides of the plate are hitting him quite hard. Guardians versus righties, 244, 717 OPS. Diamondbacks versus lefties, 246, 708. And the Guardians, as I said, have a big bullpen advantage. Let's talk about the weather here in Cleveland. Shout out to Ixnizzle. Oh, sorry, in Arizona, there's no weather. What am I talking about? Got a little too excited there. Let's get into the line history here for this one. Line history-wise, and we'll get into the full game money line. We have the Diamondbacks at minus 109. Good God, what a move against them. Wow. The Guardians have gone from plus 115 to plus 100. The kid's going to shove, I guess. From a total standpoint, maybe not. I mean, maybe they're just saying they're both going to get hit, and the Guardians are a better baseball team. This total has gone 9, slightly juiced to the under, to minus 116 to the over and plus 103 to the under. So a big move there.
The difference first 5 full game is pretty interesting too. It's like the first 5 line didn't move at all in full game, stayed where it was, or first 5 moved and full game didn't.
So what is the Guardians' first 5?
Minus 125, what I'm looking at. So it probably opened there and stayed there would be my guess. I haven't looked at the line movement there, but at minus 125, first 5, minus 109 full game.
Oh, sorry, but the Diamondbacks are minus 109 full game. So you're saying the Diamondbacks are minus 125 first 5?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, a few books have moved it 5 cents, but from 130 to 125, but not much of a movement compared to full game. I agree.
Yeah, but I mean that we can explain that the bullpen advantage, a team still trying to stay in the wild card race. I think that's can be explained. I don't know how helpful it is, honestly. I think it kind of throws a bit of a trick. 68% of tickets, 68% cash on the Guardians, and then 60% tickets, 60% cash on the under. Our guy Mark Stasowski says, "I need to quit my job so I can watch a show from start to finish." Get that unit size up, Mark, my friend. And thank you for supporting the show, my man. LJ from H-Town says, Fought has allowed most hits in the last 2 weeks in Major League Baseball. So that is our situation here. Let's hear from TJ. Take it away, Guardians, Diamondbacks.
I think you broke it down pretty well. I did a deep dive on Messick also and feel the exact same way. Walks are an issue, but nasty stuff. Just dominated the AA. AAA, he's still done well. Low batting average against, low whip. It's just those walks. That is are the big league. Are they going to be patient today against him, or they haven't seen him before, so they don't know the breaks? And I think he's got a pretty nasty changeup, if I remember right. And are they going to be aggressive? So I think knowing that that he's prone to walks, they'll probably be patient, but. I could only go Cleveland here, and I'm on the tail end of it. I have a rule, and it may cost me money sometimes, but I stick with it. I'll never back a pitcher in his first big league start. It's a pressure like he's never seen before, and I know what the market's saying that he's going to push, but the first 5 number not moving is a little bit concerning. I mean, we can't, like you said, we can't explain it, but I would think it would mimic the full game line just a little bit more. And there's still 5s out there. So, either they're saying Cleveland's going to rock Fott, but they're still pricing them at minus 125 first 5, or there's just a lot of variance. And you know how I feel about Fott. I love to fade him every minute, but I can't. I'm not going to put my money behind a rookie in his first start. I just won't do it. So I understand the Cleveland look. Certainly, if anybody wants to go that way, that's certainly what I would bet. But I'm off this game.
My guy Isaiah Scurry in the house. What up, Isaiah? This is volatility question marks all over it. I mean, I feel like at this point, if I'm going to create a storyline, I'm guessing. Well, this could happen. I couldn't say I expect this to happen. I don't think you can have expectations right now with the way Fott's pitching and Parker Messick in his first career start. Let's hear from Jose Bouquet, Guardians, Diamondbacks.
Yeah, it's a pretty. Again, I say easy to make the bet, but obviously my record is what it is for the last few days. It's been quite frustrating, but I can just feel confident in making this bet, I guess is what I should say here. So I'm on the Cleveland Guardians full game minus 101 for me, trusting the line movement and trusting a team that just, I guess, cares a little more and wants to win the baseball game for playoff purposes. They're 3.5 games back of the wild card right now, and the Red Sox and all those teams I think are tied right now. So I will be fascinated to see if they actually think they can stay in it. But yeah, it's Cleveland Guardians full game for me for that line movement.
I imagine that is a bet that has a likelihood of winning. Jose, let me just talk about my thought process around this. Is you look at Framber Valdez versus Charlie Morton in the Astros-Tigers game, and you see the line moving towards the Tigers. You're like, good God, this is wild. Anybody looking at these two pitchers, or you gravitate towards Valdez and Morton's a gas can, and look at this. This line's moving. This line's moving to Tigers as the favorite. I mean, this is something I have to bet. Guardians, though, you have the public on the Guardians. Now, Parker Messick is question marks around, what he'll do in his first career start. But you have a gas can on the other side. The public's on the Guardians, and the lines move towards the Guardians. That I can explain. I can explain that very easily. What is more difficult for me to explain is the Valdez, Charlie Morton spot, and that's why I bet the Tigers, because that's where I'm like the books are on one here. This one I can explain. So that's how I see the difference in those two spots. But that's why I'm not betting the Guardians and I am betting the Tigers. Spooner says Messick 3-pitch guy whose best pitch is his changeup, 92-mile-per-hour fastball, low 80 slider. He needs that changeup to be perfect tonight, and that's such a field pitch. Tough to back him in his first start. Our guy Spooner, who's got just fantastic breakdowns of young pitchers. Robert Franklin on the Cleveland money line. A lot of Guardian backers, but now Troy says the public books are on the Diamondbacks. Interesting. Let me just pull up action then. I would like to see that.
Do have some late movement here to Houston, but I don't trust late steam that often. 5 minutes before the game.
Yeah, 5 minutes. Can take a breather there, but let's just see. I'd like to see what they have here. Yeah, no, he's right. 62% of the tickets, 54% of the cash over at action. Okay, good luck to Guardian backers here. Let's roll. Next up for us, 6:40 p.m. Eastern. So that concludes our afternoon action. St. Louis Cardinals 63-64, 28-34 on the road at the Miami Marlins, 59-67, 28-33 at home. We're at Lone Depot Park in Miami, Florida. By the way, Peter Loshek says, with no other info, I'd fade late steam rather than tail it. And we know, Jose, that's what Dennis Garcia does. He loves, that's his wheelhouse for him is fading late steam. So for Marlins Cardinals, we have Cardinals money line here for Troy Torrance, Andre Palante, who's been terrible, and Sandy Alcantara, who looked quite a bit better in his last start. Let's take a look at the situation here with the line and the cash flow. We have the Marlins right now. Oh, shoot, that's the wrong book. Sorry, let me move over to a different book. We have them. Oh, God, my bad. Sorry, move over to full. Okay, here we go. We have the Marlins right now at minus 120. They opened up at minus 123, so a very, very little movement there. We get to the total for this one. We have an 8.5. It's minus 107 to the under. Let's get this here. Minus 107 to the under. This opened up at 8, and it lasted there for an hour and a half before it moved up to 8.5. Now we have a legit 8.5. So it's a pretty big move towards the over with Palante and Alcantara, two pitchers with very, very poor numbers. JW also on St. Louis. Palante's last start, 4-3 loss at home versus the Yankees. He looked bad. 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 8 Ks, 3 walks. On the road this year, he has struggled. Opponents hitting 262 against him. He's allowed 9 home runs on the road, 8 at home. 69 hits and 66 2/3. And both sides of the plate hit him pretty hard. Sandy Alcantara coming off a nice start in Boston at Fenway. 6 innings, 1 earned run, 7 Ks, 1 walk. We thought he'd turned the corner, and then he started getting hit. He had 2 very good starts, and then he stumbled. Now he's back pitching well again. LJ from H-Town on the over 8.5 here in this one. Cards versus righties, 226.18 OPS. Marlins versus righties, 267.57 OPS. And the Cards have a big bullpen advantage. Let's get to the line history here for. Oh, sorry, we've done that. Let's go to the cash flow here for this one. Cash flow wise, we have 57% of the tickets, 57% of cash on the St. Louis Cardinals, 66% of the tickets on the over, and 77% of the cash on that very over. Mr. Jose Bouquet, take it away for us here, Cardinals Marlins.
Yeah, I initially leaned Cardinals here, line moving kind of going towards them here, but I'm going to stay off this game. You just read off Palante being kind of so-so on the road, if you know, and that's being nice, I guess. But 6 of the 6 innings of 1 hit ball or 1 earned run ball, I should say, against the Red Sox last time out for Sandy, I would just kind of challenge him to do it again here. But not someone I want to trust on Palante. So I saw Troy mentioning that an over could be in play in this game, and you know I agree. So I'm off this game, and I'm seeing some books open this up at 8, now at 8.5 here. So I can see why anyone is on the over in this game, but it's not going to be a bet for me.
Let's hear from TJ. TJ, please take it away, my man. Oh, sorry, I muted you. Sorry, muted. That's my bad. Let me get back here.
Okay, sorry, I clicked it when you clicked it, brother.
Okay, cool. You're good. You're good, my man.
Yeah, so you know, I think I talked last week about not really trusting Sandy to come out and pitch well against Boston. I think I took a loss there, or I passed on the game. But you know, I felt that after the All-Star break or after the trade deadline, that his give a crap factor was kind of done. But he did step up in that start, pitched really well. So he's still got it in him. Kind of like Jose said, I'd like to see him go 2 in a row. You know, he did that right before the deadline, but again, that's what, you know, I think he really wanted to go to a contender. It's hard to get behind the Cardinals versus righties right now. You know, let me count here. Heel, Dollander, Rea, Otani, Sheehan, Glasnow, and Cease. They either got 0 or 1 run off of all 7 of those guys. You know, Dollander, that's pretty bad. Rea, he's giving it up. So, or Colin Rea, sorry. You know, their Marlins bullpen certainly question mark now after it went through a little good stretch, and they were playing good ball, you know, in July, but they've kind of teetered back off. I can't trust Palante either. You know, Marlins are hitting righties. They're hitting at home. So I could definitely see the argument for a Marlins side early, but you're guessing on Sandy as to what to expect. I just don't have the confidence to nail down what to get out of him. I do think Miami can get a few runs early, but I don't like that I missed the 8. Don't really like overs here, so sorry, but I don't have anything on this one.
I like this Marlins first 5. It's expensive. I think that you're right. We'd be guessing that Sandy Alcantara, you know, has a good start. We'd be guessing that he continues it, but isn't this the lineup? A Cards team that's not hitting righties at all. You come back home after a great start at Fenway. Palante looks like a gas can to me, and the Marlins are hot. You're getting a 10-cent difference. I'd be curious to see what the difference is on another book. Here, let me check it out. Jose, Cardinals, Marlins.
Yeah, I wonder what the argument is for St. Louis backers early. Just that they think Palante is going to straighten out and Alcantara is going to get hit. I mean, it's a 10-cent price difference, which makes sense to me. That's kind of what we look to attack.
I mean, I don't hate Palante as a pitcher. You know, I don't think he's terrible. So I definitely think he could put together a decent start, but he did it against the Marlins on the 28th. 7 innings of 1-hit ball, no earned run. So, I mean, I could see it from that standpoint, but I just don't trust him either. So nothing for me.
And without Stowers, you know, that's a different.
Yeah, he's the best bat in their lineup, you know. So agreed there, TJ.
But
I still lean over, shockingly.
It's a 15-cent move at some books on the first 5. I think this is a nice spot here. Sorry, did we get a Julio home run? Tell me we did.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, beautiful.
Away
Stacks cashing it right off the hop. Nice
away,
work,
Justin.
Nice work, and it gets us in business for our first 5 over. I think the Marlins are the move here. I don't necessarily need to bet it right this minute. I don't feel like. Do you feel like this line's moving quickly towards the Marlins first 5 that I should?
No, I don't think you're going to get much more movement than what we already saw.
No, I don't think so
either. They can't really price them. I mean, Circa has -135. They're the most expensive.
I'm looking at the 2 books at -135, 365, and an offshore.
Yep.
The worst I see is, wow, there was at Bovada, there was a 20-cent move from -125 to -145 at 8:15 this morning.
Same with where we used to play poker. Where we used to play poker, 20-cent move to Miami.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That's a lot, and it tells me what I want to know, I think.
And it's all first 5, right?
Yeah.
It's all first 5. It's expensive. It's expensive. And you ask yourself, why would it be expensive for a pitcher with a 6.31 ERA and a 1.41 whip? I love that. These are the spots that I've been working on. Look, I'm having an okay season, so I'm not like again sitting here like, look what I'm doing or anything like that. But 2.21% ROI on 573 bets, and this is the kind of situation. This is what I'm looking for, and I'm going to bet it. So I'll make a decision, and anybody can let me know if this line continues to move or something that I need to focus on getting it. But this will be Marlins first 5 for me. God, I'm betting Morton and Alcantara today. All right, let's roll on. Next up for us, 6:45 p.m. Eastern, New York Mets 67 and 58, 26 and 34 on the road to the Washington Nationals, 50 and 75, 24 and 39 at home at Nationals Park in Washington, D.C. Let's get into the weather here in D.C. 84 Fahrenheit, feels like 88, 4.9 miles per hour right to left. After an hour, it starts blowing in slightly, 5.6, 5.8 miles per hour. Ricky Bobby says, I bet Stacks plays when the game's live while the show's still on. That shit hitting 100%. Love it, Ricky Bobby. Respect, man. I love that you and Stacks are getting that cash. AM is on the over 8.5 here with Kodai Senga against Brad Lord. Troy Torrance says, was Mets yesterday. I think we looked to zag with the Nats today. So we looked at the weather. Let's see what Ballpark Pal has here for the daily stadium report. Nationals Park, very offensive, plus 14% overall runs, plus 16% homers, plus 6% doubles and triples, and plus 6% singles. Line history here for Mets Nationals. Sorry, I'm on first 5. Let me move over to full game. Old man Morton got through those Stros.
Or former team, I'm sure, fires him up a little bit too.
Yeah, I think it's the drugs that fire him up.
He has like 9 former teams.
The Trembolone.
Oh, he's a plethora. Let's use plethora again. A lot of drugs for this man. We have the Mets at -159. They opened up at -178, 19-cent move away from them. Nats have gone from +159 to +146, a 13-cent move towards the Washington Nationals. Very, very interesting. We have an 8.5. It's minus 119 to the over. This opened up at 9, juice to the under. Quickly went to 8.5, then back up to 9, where it stayed for a long time. It didn't move to 8.5 until 11:34 a.m. Eastern time today. Lex Steele on the Nats money line. Justin McKelvey on the over 9. Take a look at the cash flow for this NL. Where the hell am I? Spot. We have 83% of the tickets on the Mets and 52% of the cash on the Nationals. 57% of tickets on the under and 75% of cash on the over. Kodai Senga, 7-4, 2.35 ERA, 1.23 whip on the year, 95 strikeouts and 99 2/3 walks, too many batters at 48. He's allowed 10 home runs this season, half of them on the road. On the road, he's been excellent. Excellent. 12 earned runs in 9 starts, 197 opponent's batting average. Last start was at home, 5 2/3, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, and a 4-3 loss home to the Braves. Brad Lord coming off a really impressive performance at home over the Phillies. Now he's consecutive home starts. At home, he's pitched in 20 games. He started 6. And he hasn't been very good. 264 opponent's batting average. And that was great his last start. Maybe he's getting more comfortable now. Mark Stastowski on Washington first 5 plus a half, the TJ special. Mets first righties last 30 days, 266 with an 808 OPS, while the Nats are hitting him too, 264, 742. Mets bullpen's coming together while the Nats bullpen looks poor. Take it away, TJ, Mets, Nationals.
Kind of agree with the chat here. I don't think I'll move on it because Washington's just so hard to figure out if they've checked out or, and Senga's good on the road. But I like what I'm seeing out of Brad Lord. Since they made him a starter, he's really looked comfortable out there. Milwaukee touched him. He didn't get through 5, but Milwaukee's hitting everybody, and then 1 run against San Fran and 2 against Philly. Solid outings there. So I like what I'm seeing out of him. It's hard to go against that. Senga, I think he's a little bit vulnerable here to the lefties. We always say we want to back the Washington lefties, but they've been kind of cold. And like you said, Senga's been great on the road. I mean, 1 run to Colorado at Colorado. He's 1 run at Milwaukee. Shut out Kansas City. Now, granted, he's not going deep, but the Mets bullpen is added some good arms, and they started off really weak right after the trade deadline, but they're starting to come around a little bit here. The Nats have gotten to some righties lately. They got 6 off Lugo, 5 off Verlander, but Waka and Wheeler kind of had decent outings against them, along with your guy that you love, Tang there. So, a lot of question marks here. The market's clearly not in favor of the Mets. I'm even seeing 17% of tickets, but 54% of cash now in Washington, which is insane, an insane split there. So sharps are all over Washington. So I think you guys in the chat that are on them are sharp. I just I can't get behind their bullpen. And then you look at what we expect the first 5 price difference to be. What would you think it would be?
Well, I haven't looked yet. I would imagine, what is the full game?
About 160.
160. I think this is a fishy line. I think if I'm going to guess fishiness, I'm going to guess the exact same price.
Yeah, it's 20 cents cheaper for the Mets first 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wouldn't expect that.
They're saying Lord's gonna hold his own.
So why do you think this opened up at a 9? Because of the weather and the ballpark pal's expectation for runs?
Yeah, that was baked in. It's probably really an 8.5 without the weather. And then I'm going to guess tickets are cash is on the over. Yeah, and they're still paying an 8.5.
The price difference at 365, 30 cents.
Yeah,
minus 170 to minus 140.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing as well.
Wow. So I think it's Washington first 5 is worth a look. I have a hard time getting behind their bats.
Troy Torrance mentioning that the Nationals have massive splits typically first 5 full game. I understand that, I guess.
What is the... Well, why don't we, Jose? Why don't we hear from you, and then I'll jump in. Jose, take it away.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stay off this game, but I agree. The first 5 would be the spot that I'm more interested in. It's crazy seeing that there's 83% of the bets on the Mets, and there's only, money count is about 50-50, 52% of the money on the Nationals there. So I find that to be interesting. I think it's Nationals or pass for me personally. I'm just trying to fight my demons to see if I can get there with the Nationals or what.
So why are you not on the TJ special in the spot?
I mean, it's absolutely. I thought it was the same thing, TJ. So I'm interested to hear what you have to say, because I thought minus 120 was a little expensive. So I was like, oh, maybe I can high volatility go money line here. But yeah, I agree with Jimmy. I'm interested.
Why aren't you?
Yeah, that's a good look. You know why I'm really not? Because I could have gotten plus money, and now it's minus 110, 115.
1-0 Tigers.
And 1-1 Philly.
Yeah, Framber hasn't gotten out yet either. So that's great. But yeah, I thought for sure this was a first 5 spot TJ special. But yeah, minus 120 for me. With volatility, it feels like it should just be a money line spot.
It sucks. The Mets are so bad on the road. I don't know if this line comes back to the Nationals. Or sorry, I mean comes back to the Mets. I don't know if wait. I think maybe we need to move now.
Yeah,
But,
I'm not seeing any indication or hearing anything that that's going to get any better for Washington. I think it keeps going where it is. Probably closes at like 155 plus 140, something like that. I mean, with all that sharp money, and they're respecting it.
Yeah, the TJ special for me, I'm gonna have to get in here quick. Maybe I should just lock in the Marlins first 5 and.
Why do you guys want to go first plus a half over money line with implied volatility? I think you guys are mentioning that the over seemed like a good look.
I mean, I can hit that up. I respect Kodai Senga on the road. I need Brad Lord to pitch very well.
Double down the line for the Tigers, 2-0.
We're gonna get off to a good start here, guys.
It's a great.
Nice. I feel the same way. I don't like my whole reason for not actually betting this is because I don't trust the Washington bats. I know, I think Senga could go in there and allow 1 run over 5. Lord can probably do the same. So I don't think it's a ton of volatility. I don't think that's the case here. I think if you do Washington, you want the tie. Because we don't think Washington's going to get like 3 or 4 off Senga. It's not like Senga's. There's nothing indicating Senga's going to blow up. It's just the difference in the first 5 line tells you that Lord's going to shove.
Pass ball 3-0. I'm on Nationals first 5 plus a half minus 120.
I think it's a great bet, and I'm gonna move on both the Marlins first 5 money line, which is expensive, and the Nats first 5 plus a half, which is also expensive.
Yeah, whoever got that, I saw someone put in the comments they got first 5 plus a half plus 105 last night. That's great.
That's phenomenal work. Yep. Now, look, those are better cappers than I. They are. I respect you guys that are beating these lines.
No, they have a different process, and they also aren't telling us when the line moves against them. So,
yeah, no, I mean that's true. But I need the info from all of these things. And that's what I've learned. That's the only way for me to succeed. That means I'm going to be getting worse lines than my friends and colleagues. And that's
and we've talked about that, in text about the 4 things that you need to line up.
Yeah.
And 3-4 years ago, when I was just a model better, I was betting night before and beating lines quite often. But the game evolved and my model, took a hit the next, every year it got worse. And I started to read the market more. And it's made me a better bettor. So I like to have more information. I will stab sometimes if the line's just so off at night and I really know it's going one way or I get info. But I'm the same way. I like to wait at least until 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I can't do it either. I don't know how cappers do it night before and then wake up to the line movements. Like you said the other day, Jimmy.
I woke up at 6 in the morning.
You woke up in a tizzy.
And I didn't have a show. I generally wake up at that time for shows, but I didn't have a show. I woke up just to grab my phone and look at the line. It moved against me 20 cents, and I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, I couldn't do that either. The first thing I'd think about is where the line moves when I woke up. So I 100% agree with you there.
And again, everybody's tracking their action, and all that matters is that you have a positive ROI. But I do not know how in Major League Baseball how cappers attack it without gaining all the information. But all right, let's roll on. We got White Sox Braves. We have Martin Perez versus Hurston Waldrop, and I would like to get my action in, but this is a tricky spot. I think I heard the sound of pigs. I think I heard the sound of pigs in the background. This is the pig milk play of the day from our guy Billy Friedrich. Pig milk play of the day. White Sox first 5 plus a half. And here it is for us. Our moment of Zen. Troy Torrance says Waldrop is about to blank these bums. Let's get into it here. Sorry, let me move back to where we are. I am a fan of Martin Perez. I've always been a fan of his. We saw him last Wednesday. He was out with a flexor strain, a 3 1/3 of 1 run ball, 1-0 loss. Threw 66 pitches. He had 2 rehab starts after coming off the 60-day, and that's more pitches than he threw in either of his rehab starts. 6 2/3. He allowed 3 runs, struck out 5, walked 3. If you use the eye test, you don't want Martin Perez pitching for you. But I don't know what he does, but it works. Going up against the young Hurston Waldrop, 3-0, 1.02 ERA, 0.79 whip, 23-year-old Hurston Waldrop. He had a very impressive start at the Guardians last out. And I say that because his first career start on August 15th was against the Guardians. So it was the second time seeing him. We think that some of these young guys get hurt the second time they see an opponent, and he shoved 6 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, 7 Ks, 2 walks, and 2-0 win. His splits are phenomenal. The sample size is so small, we don't need to get too into it. Look at that. MJ falls 4-0 Tigers before Framber can get an out. White Sox first righties 261, 770 OPS. Braves first lefties 266, 762, and both bullpens have struggled. Taking a look at the weather, we have 85 Fahrenheit, feels like 88, 4.4 miles per hour at the center, gets up to 4.7 miles per hour. When we get to the line history here, we have, let's go to Daily Stadium Report. We do that. Truist plus 5% overall, plus 12% homers, plus 3% doubles and triples, and minus 2% singles. The total is a 9. It's minus 112 to the under. It opened up minus 117 to the under. The over's gone from plus 102 to even money. And when we get to the money line for this one, we have, move over here. We have Atlanta minus 185. Wow. Waldrop has gone from minus 163 to minus 185, a 22-cent move. How much cash is on this one? That will be the next thing I need to know. Cash-wise for this interleague matchup, we have 91% of the tickets and 94% of the cash on the Atlanta Braves. That's a lot of money on them. 85% of the tickets and 95% of cash on the under. I mean, at least the books are respecting all of the public money. Again, Braves are hitting 266 with a 762 OPS last 30 days versus lefties, and that can be very helpful. Jose Bouquet, my friend, take it away.
I love my guy Martin Perez here, but I didn't want to back him here. And by the way, the Tigers just keep hitting. No, I don't think they still have gotten it out yet off of them yet. So shout out to the Tigers for making me feel like I can cap baseball again. But I'm going to stay off this game. The market, I'll echo one more time for you guys. 91% of the bets and 94% of the money on the Atlanta Braves. I didn't want to back something like that here. At the very least, like you said, Jimmy, the line's reacting, minus 163, minus 185, but still, I don't want to move on this game, so I'm off.
TJ, take it away. Your plan of attack for White Sox Braves.
I mean, the Braves are playing good baseball. Get Acuna back, and all of a sudden that team is scoring a ton of runs. I think they've won, 10 of their last 12 or somewhere around that number. Yeah, putting up 11, 5, 10, 4, 11, 5, 7, 8, 7. I mean, they're just scoring runs. And I kind of want to go back to the over, but there's a lot of money on the under. And they haven't moved it to an 8.5. So kind of surprised there that they're leaving it at a 9. Kind of tells me a little bit of a story. But I really like Waldrop. I don't think he's going to win the Cy Young next year, Troy, but let's pump the brakes on that. We see what happened to Mizorowski. But Atlanta versus lefties, I don't like Martin Perez like you guys do. I'm trying to figure out how to get to either a -1 or play a run line. I've only played 5 -1.5s this year, 4-1 in those. But I think this could be a blowout, guys. 7-1, 7-2 type of game. So I'm going to think about this one and get back to you, but I'm strongly considering either Atlanta first 5 -0.5, which I hate, and I've kind of crossed off, or just full game -1.5. I got to look at the bullpen real quick.
Yeah, it's interesting. I guess this is becoming this. Huh.
I love that Troy's saying he's not being hyperbolic when he says Hurston Waldrop is going to win the Cy Young. That's my favorite thing in the world. I love that.
I guess what would you need to see here, TJ? Or have you seen enough of the market? You've seen enough of everything, or would you want to see?
I think it keeps going. Yeah, first 5 -0.5 is expensive. Yeah, I think Perez gets rocked here, guys. I'm pretty confident in this. I'm gonna make it official. I'm gonna take the full game run line. Plus 113.
Braves -1.5 here for TJ at plus 113. Our guy Sean Pulliam in the house. What up, Sean? Troy Torrance on the Braves double result. Okay, I've got to figure that one out. I guess at this point, if the line keeps moving, I don't know. I'll figure this out. I mean, I moved on the Phillies yesterday on the -1 line, and I was beating myself up. That should have been a double result bet. That should have been a double down. I know the Mariners did come back and tied up at 4, but okay, let's roll on here, and I think I'm going to be joining you, TJ. I think I'm going to be joining you. Okay, let's move on. We have Yankees Rays, 7:35 p.m. Eastern at George M. Steinbrenner Field in Tampa, Florida. Let's take a look at the weather here in Tampa. We have 88 Fahrenheit, feels like 91, 7.7 miles per hour to right field. Dies down to 5.4 by the end of the game. Let's get into Ballpark Pals expectation here of Steinbrenner Field, plus 12% overall, plus 41% home runs. Wow. Minus 9% doubles and triples, and even for singles. We have Cam Schlittler, who's been pitching better, versus Drew Rasmussen, who's been excellent. Very, very good. Taking a look at the line history here, we have the Rays. Is this full? Make sure it's full game. Yes, we have the Rays at -116. They opened up at now -115. They opened up -117. So, bit of a surprise that there's no movement here. Let's take a look at the total. From a total standpoint, we have an 8.5. It's -112 to the over. It's opened up at -108 to the over. So we've had 4 cents of movement to the over. And when we get to the cash flow for Rays, Yankees, we have 59% of tickets, 59% of cash on Rasmussen and the Rays. 70% of tickets, 71% cash on the under. Justin McKelvey on the over 8. And Stacks play today number 2 is Caminero over 1.5 bases at plus 105. So Rasmussen, Schlittler on the road's only had 2 starts, and he's allowed 11 hits, but just 4 runs. Struck out 9, walked 5, 282 opponents batting average. 2 of those 11 hits went yard. Splits aren't very good, but they're getting better each start. He's coming off a nice start at home versus the Twins, where he allowed 1 earned run over 5 innings. Drew Rasmussen in his last start allowed 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs. Just 1 was earned in an 8-2 win at the Athletics. He's been phenomenal at home in this very difficult park to pitch, and he's allowed just 20 earned runs in 14 starts. He's only allowed 52 hits in 70 2/3. He's only allowed 6 home runs 70 2/3. His splits are excellent. Lefties hit him harder than righties. Yankees versus righties 222, 736. Rays versus righties 223, 657. Yankees bullpen has struggled. Looks a little bit better over the last couple of weeks, and the Rays bullpen has been quite good over the last 30 days. Here we go. TJ, take it away. Yankees, Rays.
Yeah, I got the Yankees that are starting to hit again. In that ballpark, little fly balls, they seem quite comfortable. But the juxtaposition of Rasmussen on the other side and how well he's pitched, I mean, you got to go back pretty far to find a bad start. I guess back in June against the Athletics, but he just faced him again and held him to 1 run and only 3 hits. He's keeping the hits down. There's a lot of speculation about his innings. It's been a big talk, and they kept him short for a while there, but then the last 2 he's gone 6 and 6. So I can't make a bet just guessing that they're going to hold him to 5 or 4 when the results haven't panned out that way and he's pitching so well. If I was to bet a side, I'd have to go bet the Yankees at plus money. But there's just too many question marks here. Schitler, he's fine. Rays aren't hitting. So it's just a lot of nothing I can concretely put a guess on.
I mean, it's just the weather. I know that Rasmussen's handled the weather so well.
Yeah, he's been totally fine.
Which makes me want to back him. But Jose Bouquet, take it away. Yankees, Rays.
Excuse me. Yeah, I obviously fell into the sharp trap last night. So shout out to all you guys on the Yankees. And shout out to Spoon saying the Rays organization has publicly said that Rasmussen has a hard limit at 150 innings, 30 innings left this season.
But that doesn't mean they stop him today. He could throw 5 more times.
I agree. I would agree with that. I could only go Rays first 5 to keep Drew in it and expecting him to pitch those 5 innings, and then I don't want to roll the dice the Rays bullpen here. And I don't, I say that I shouldn't want to roll the dice the Yankees bullpen either with how bad it's been as well. Just to give you guys some context in this month here, Rays bullpen 13.354 or 3.57 ERA with a 3.34 FIP, which is, pretty good there. Yankees, if you keep scrolling all the way down to 20, you'll find them 4.27 ERA, 4.49 FIP. So, it's tough. So I maybe have a bad taste in my mouth of this game last night, but I'm off.
Yeah, he shuts down this lineup too. Judge is 1 for 9 off him. 6 strikeouts.
It could only be Rays first 5 for me if I was going that way, and then Yankees full game, and I just don't love, in that bullshit, Don't want to play God, as Jimmy would say.
And then the underlying theme is because you guys think the Yankee sticks have awoken, and we'll see them rolling here.
I mean, I don't have enough faith in them to get into Rasmussen, so I can't really say that.
Yeah, for me, I agree. I don't necessarily think they'll get to him per se for more than a couple. I don't like the Rays bats enough to back them.
Agreed there.
Are you surprised that the first 5 full game difference is so minimal? 5 cents at 3.65.
It's 15 cents at Circa.
That's better. Let's see what it is here at this offshore.
Makes more sense to me.
I have 12 cents where I put my action, and minus 118, minus 130, which
only 6 cents at the offshore that I use for the line shopping. Wow, I've had trouble with the Rays at home during I've just had trouble. I've had trouble with the Rays at home, and I should have this figured out. Ron Crawford in the house. We are still working on the songs for the background, but we are going to put some more songs. We're going to give a vote to the chat. But we don't. This isn't the. We don't have a play of the day, do we? In from Ron.
I think it's Rays for him.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I think it is Rays.
Did I miss that? And AM says it seems like a Rays spot. The Tampa Bay Rays for our guy, Mr. Ron Crawford. Justin says that Ron wants a little Meek Mill in his intro.
Does he like heavy metal or something? Is that why we went?
He is a band.
Oh.
They're a rock band, not a heavy metal band, but they're a rock band. Okay. And JW raised first 5 in full game. Okay, I'm gonna need to.
Spooner, are you on the Yankees, Spooner?
Yes. Spooner's action. He is on the Yankees money line. AM says Rays favorites here in their current form after getting blown out. I mean, with Rasmussen on the mound, I don't like Schlittler's pitching better, but I would put them at if I ran a book, they'd be slight favorites.
I have a dumbass question. What the fuck is drill music?
I don't know. Well, I mean,
is that like high school band? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't want to. I don't want to say what I'm thinking.
Troy, educate me, please.
Let's roll on. And Aerosmith, Def Leppard. That's what Ron's looking for. Okay, let's roll.
All right, there's one off the wall.
For
Philly 2-1. Guy in second. 2 more rounds.
Mr. Belvedere. All right, let's roll. 7:35 p.m. Eastern. The Athletics 57 and 70, 31 and 33 on the road. At the Minnesota Twins 58 and 67, 33 and 29 at home. Target Field, Minneapolis, Minnesota. TJ says everybody was on the Athletics yesterday. I wish I was. I was on the over, which is crazy with Lopez against Joe Ryan at 8.5 to 8 to 8.5, and it's so funny when in that situation. Now I was wrong with the KC Texas over, but still with that over, I was like, how could it possibly be going up? This is going to cash for sure, and it cashed in like 5 innings. We have JT Ginn going up against Bailey Ober. Bailey Ober. He's cost me a lot of money. JT. He's been bad this year. 5.04 ERA, 1.32 WHIP. It's been a long time since he was a very highly thought of prospect coming up. 13 home runs. He's allowed in 55 and a third. On the road, though, he's been much better than he's been at home. Only allowed 10 earned runs over 27 and a third. He's only allowed 4 home runs on the road. His last start was at home versus the Rays. He got lit up and smoked. 2 innings, 5 earned runs, 1 homer, 3 Ks, 1 walk. Lefties are annihilating him. He's becoming a pretty predictable. Lefties destroy him, and he shuts down righties. So you just take a look at the lineup and see what you're dealing with. With the Twins, we have some lefties in this lineup. Lefties, by the way, hitting .326 with a 1.055 OPS against them. You have Larnach batting second, Cody Clemens batting fourth, Wallner batting sixth, and Brooks Lee batting eighth. James Outman turning the lineup over, batting ninth. JW is on the Twins minus 130, and we have Mr. Belvedere on the Athletics plus 109. Bailey Ober, 4-7, 5.15 ERA, 1.35 WHIP. He pitched okay. That 4-3 extra inning loss at home to the Tigers. Last out 5 1/3, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 homer, 4 Ks, 0 walks. At home this year, he's struggled. 13 home runs he's allowed at home, 11 on the road, 31 earned runs in 11 starts. He's not been very good this year. Lefties hitting him hard, righties hitting him hard. And the Athletics are hitting hard. First righties last 30 days, 268, 803 OPS, while the Twins first righties, 228, 709. A's bullpen's pitching pretty well as well, about a run better than the Twins bullpen over 9 innings for the last 30 days. Let's take a look at the weather, the line history, and then hand it over to Jose to get us started here for Athletics Twins. We get to the weather. We have 81 Fahrenheit in Minnesota or Minneapolis. 80 feels like 84. 5.3 miles per hour in, dies down to 3.9 miles per hour. Let's get to Ballpark Pals expectation here. Target Fields plus 6% overall, minus 8% home runs, plus 13% doubles and triples, and plus 5% singles. Hey, I'm Queasy asking if anybody's moving live on the Toronto Blue Jays right now. Let us know if anybody is moving live on the Jays. I'm not, but I get the angle. Let's get to move over to the line history here for this Twinkie spot. We have a total at 9. It's minus 115 to the over. It opened up minus 108 to the over. We've had 7 cents of movement towards the over. Let's get to the money line here. From a money line perspective, we have Minnesota at minus 116. They opened up minus 125. So the Athletics gone from plus 113 to plus 107. And we take a look at the board for this spot. 64% of the tickets and 82% of the cash on the Athletics. 60% of tickets, 59% of cash on the under. Here we go. Let's talk about this one. Jose, take it away, Athletics Twins.
Yeah, it's a tough game for me here. I was, and I'm thinking my head is still kind of in pre-trade deadline mode because I thought minus 130 for the Twins here was kind of cheap, but like it's not the Twins of old, so I had to kind of get my head out of that. Personally, I kind of like Bailey Ober, but you've mentioned it. He's cost you some money a lot this year, and JT Ginn is not a guy I've enjoyed backing either. I mean, like the line kind of to me says A's, but I've just ended up staying off this game because again, I think I've got my line calibrations in my head to pre-trade deadline Twins because I thought minus 140, 45 in my head, but I think that's just way too much. So no action for me here.
TJ, anything for you here, Athletics Twins?
Yeah, I definitely moved on this game. I'm fading over here, and I'm going right back to the A's money line again today. I'm hoping the line moves a little bit more with all that sharp cat or the bigger bets on the A's right now. We've seen some movement enough for me to buy in, but A's on the road. I mean, everything you look at, last 14, last 30, full season, excellent on the road. Versus righties, you already nailed that. Late in games, they're good. The only righty that really shut them down recently was Rasmussen that we talked about in the other game. And I think Minnesota's just kind of throwing in the towel here. I mean, offensively, they're dead. I'm worried about the lefties. I'm sure they'll get a couple off Jen here. It's not like I'm full backing him. We got a pickle between third and home, and he's out.
Idiot.
So yeah, to me, and the bullpen, I look at these bullpens, and like you said, the A's, their bullpen's been fine since the deadline. They lost Miller, and a couple other pieces, but they put it together fine. While the Twins, I don't even recognize half the names there. They just look like a team that's thrown in the towel here, and it's hard to blame them for that. Late in games, they're terrible. They're second to worst in baseball. Last 14, last 7, off bullpens. It just seems like the preparation's not there, and they've checked out. Also, the A's bats. So Ober throws a fastball, changeup, and a slider. And respectively, they're ranked 5th, 8th, and number 1 on the season against those pitches. So I got to trust those bats, and I got to go back to the A's at a plus price.
And
so A's money line officially.
What are you getting?
Let's see what it is now. 107.
All right, Athletics for TJ at plus 107. Let's stay off of that spot. I have a thing for Ober, even though he's cost me a lot of money. And I think that, I understand Troy Torrance saying Bailey Ober is trash. Bailey Ober at home there's a pitching advantage for the Twins in this game, I believe, for the first few innings. But again, look, Bailey Ober's been trash. He's been a little better since coming off the IL. Let's roll on. Texas Rangers, Kansas City Royals. So I did not, I see Kumar Rocker on here on the Roto Wire, but I didn't want to cap it. It's been screwing me over capping these games with what Roto Wire expects, who they expect to pitch. We're waiting to see some confirmation from the books, and we don't have that confirmation from the books, which makes me think that Kumar Rocker is not starting. Jose, do you think Kumar Rocker is starting here today?
If he's been on RotoWire for that long, no.
Yeah, I agree. So we don't know who's starting for the Texas Rangers. We do know that Noah Cameron is starting for the Royals. The young lefties look very good this year. 7-5, 2.47 ERA, 1.06 WHIP. Last start was a 3-1 win at home versus the White Sox. 5 1/3 allowed a solo shot. That was it. And now he's got the consecutive home starts. He's been excellent at home. 9 starts, just 16 earned runs. Splits are excellent, and the Rangers aren't hitting lefties. And the Royals have a bullpen advantage. I mean, at what point is this just, bet the Royals? Who cares if we don't know who's pitching? I wonder. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at the weather here first in Kansas City. It feels like the Rangers have thrown in the towel. 87 Fahrenheit feels like 90. 6.1 miles per hour in, dies down at 4.4 miles per hour. We have a ballpark pal for Kaufman, plus 7% overall, minus 17% homers, plus 22% doubles and triples, and plus 6% singles. When we get into the line history here, we have these Kansas City Royals at a minus 124. I don't know why they're not bigger favorites. This line is just, it confused me when it opened. If you look in the afternoon when it came out, it was plus money. It's moved 5 cents. It's a very, very confusing line. You have a Rangers team that's 14 games under 500 on the road against a Royals team that's 6 games over 500 at home. How could this line be the way it is? It makes no sense to me. Maybe it's a bullpen day coming up for the Texas Rangers, but their bullpen has been taking hits lately. This total opened up at 8. It's now 8.5. And then we look at the cash flow here on the board. We have, here we go. When we get to the cash flow, we have no information. We do have our guy Fat Wally in the house. What up, Wally? He says he saw that the Riddler is a starting pitcher here. Our guy Fat Wally in the house. Markel says Royals money line to the moon. This is such a fishy line to me, TJ. You can get it started that I would only look for the Rangers. Take it away, my friend.
Yeah, so I have some incredible value here. At 10:30, I bet KC first 5 minus 115, and that book now is at minus 140.
Wow.
I saw it the same way. I said if Rocker's pitching, I still like that number because I don't think Texas can get to Cameron. I expect them to. I would bet their team total under if I was first 5 if I bet those. But I definitely see the edge early and late. But if it's a bullpen game, even better. And I think that's why we've seen the first 5 line go where it is. Texas bullpen is trash. There's no nice way to put it. They're struggling offensively. And Cameron is good versus righties and lefties. He's good at home. Second straight home start. Very comfortable. I wouldn't be surprised to see back-to-back 0 earned run allowed starts I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong picture, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him shove quite easily here today, without a lot of pressure on him.
So how do you explain the line?
Well, I mean, at books that take really large bets, there's not if it'll show a line on the board, but if you go there, they don't actually have it even up. Bookmaker allowed me to make the bet, but how do I explain it? We've had movement to Kansas City. 10 cents.
But of course, who in their right mind wouldn't back Kansas City in this situation? Like this to me is by far the fishiest line of anyone we've seen thus far. Look, I can understand why you took advantage of the first 5. I get it. You were taking advantage of a situation, and I get it. But this just makes absolutely no sense to me. No sense whatsoever. This is fucking bananas.
Yeah, I'll give you that. It is a little fishy right now.
I mean, the Rangers bullpen's being trashed. This team has given up. They're 14 games under 500 at home, and the Royals have their ace on the mound.
Who's pitching for the Noah Cameron's the ace now?
I think so.
Okay, fair enough.
Do you not, Jose?
Just keep in mind the market is not taking into account sharp action right now because they can't get down. Limits are still low on the few books that allow it.
Turnbuckle Tommy says DeGrom was listed. I never saw DeGrom listed.
Yeah, AM saying sees DeGrom as well.
Sees DeGrom.
I see DeGrom listed, so what? I'm assuming that's present.
Where?
So
DeGrom was going to pitch, but I think they said they're holding him out a game or two.
I saw that. I saw that he was supposed to get rested on Wednesday. So, and obviously today's Wednesday. So, but I don't know either. I that's why I've kind of stayed off, and I don't really have any interpretations of what the line is, because if it is Rocker and they're minus 120, I'd be a little, right there with Jimmy, like worried. But I don't think it's DeGrom. And if it is DeGrom, the minus 120 makes sense to me, but I don't think it's DeGrom personally. I think it's more likely that it's Rocker than DeGrom.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah, for sure. Justin McKelvey says Fanatics has DeGrom listed. I mean,
I think
not
that's just them having it like lit, like planned to ready to go, and just haven't changed it. Because I'm 90% sure he's not pitching today because they said they wanted to rest his shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet it now. I only bet it because of the price at the time.
Yeah. No, I get it. I mean, okay. Okay. I mean, this is obviously going to take a lot more time for me, and I want to know who the Rangers are pitching. But I mean, you must have been able to put a sizable bet down the bookmaker, which is a surprise.
Well, they're still only at 3,000 limits. When I did it, I didn't bet that much. So,
AM says ESPN has DeGrom listed. Fanatics has DeGrom listed. If you are going to bet those books, make sure that you bet action.
Yeah, bookmakers action always. But yeah,
because the DeGrom's not. I'd be shocked at this point.
Yeah, I think they literally had the reports come out. So, like I said, I think those books just have it like already like scheduled in that that's the guy that was supposed to be the starter, and they just haven't changed it since the news.
Yeah, like if you go to where we used to play poker, the game's not even up.
Yeah, I don't have them up with my local either.
Yeah.
All right, let's roll on. The big one, 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Milwaukee Brewers 79-47, 37-27 on the road. Chicago Cubs 72-54, 40-24 at home, Wrigley Field in Chicago, Illinois. You know, it's funny being not backing the Brewers day to day like a lot of you have. That kept me off backing them in game 2. I was like, well, I mean, it's just been too good to be true, and so, you know, I was thankful there. We have Dougie Wise on the Cubs. Wager detective on the Cubs. AM is on the over 7. Says sell the Brewers. They peaked too early. We're at Wrigley Field in Chicago, Illinois. Troy Torrance says air out of the balloon. That's great that you Cubs fans feel good about yourselves.
They're only 7 games back.
Let's get into now. Look, Jacob Mizorowski doesn't look very good.
This is a Cubs sports radio at its finest right here.
No, I love it. It's fun, man. It makes it fun. That's why I put on the Cardinals gear today. Turnbuckle Tommy says we have some serious wind going on in Chicago. I do not have double-digit winds, Tommy. I will refresh it here. Are you talking about gusts? Because I certainly don't have double-digit winds here.
That would make sense with the total so low, I guess.
I'll refresh.
Good pictures, but still.
We have. Now it is. Now it's sneaked over, so it's gone up a bit. 10.2 miles per hour in at first pitch, dies down to 9.2 and then to 9. Isaiah Scurry says, "Is Mizorowski even good?"
Oh my God.
Okay.
I love this. This is fun. Okay.
Don't let Jimmy find another young pitcher to defend with all of his life. Don't let him do it, guys.
I don't need to defend an all-star here. Look, I miss Quinn Priester though. I miss him. And I went back and Mr. Belvedere's right. I know Josh Lauer is the one I held all the anger towards, but it was Gagnon too. Gagnon, of course, who got scared off by our friend Justin McKelvey. All Justin McKelvey asked for was for his address. And then we never saw Gagnon ever again. So here we have, we have Wrigley Field minus 17%, minus 28% homers, minus 7% doubles and triples, minus 2% singles. Let's get into the line history here. Mizorowski versus Colin Ray. Now we know that the Brewers have already touched Ray. We know that Ray was a Brewer. Lots of storylines here. Now, that was in Milwaukee. We know the Rays pitched very good at Wrigley Field. We have a total that is a 7. Opened up at 7, juiced to the over. Then 12 hours later, this was a 6.5. Now we're back at 7, but it's minus 120 to the over and plus 107. Sorry, plus 107 to the over and minus 120 to the under. Let's get to the cash flow here. Here we go. This is going to be a fun game, man. 55% of the tickets on Milwaukee, 50% of the cash. 60% of the tickets on the under, and 87% of the cash. Now let's get into the X's and O's here for this one. Mcelvy coming off just a 1 1/3 inning performance at the Reds. Now they still got the win going up against Martinez. On the road this year, he's had 4 starts. He's pitched 14 2/3. He's allowed 12 earned runs, 3 jacks. Lefties are getting to him, and now they're getting to him with power. 711 OPS against Mcelvy. Let's take a look as we often do. The Cubbies have lefties that are dangerous. Bush, Tucker, PCA, Happ, and the rest are righties.
Is Tucker still taking a mental health break?
I think Tucker's out today. I thought Tucker was out today at least.
Turnbuckle, Tommy, where does it say 20 mile per hour winds in word for word, my friend? Because let me just see if it's.
I see 9 to 10.
Yeah, I've got 9 to 10 everywhere.
I'm
but
looking at Swish. I see the same thing.
But I can. There's other books we can go to. See, this is it. You're looking at RotoWire. Yeah, stop looking at RotoWire for wind. Stop. It's trash. It's way off all the time. I had to stop. I stopped using it. I used to use it 2-3 years ago. And then I was told, look, it's a mistake. Go on the Swish. So
them and their starting pitchers too are both just that, and them those things are shaky.
But yeah, Tommy, stop using RotoWire for wind. I had to do the same thing. I used to do it. I used to use it, and then people were like, stop, and I have stopped. So Colin Ray, 9-5, 3.99 ERA, 1.28 WHIP. He's allowed 19 home runs on the season. Last start, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 5 Ks, 2 walks, 3-2 loss at home to the Pirates. He's been pitching really well at home, 72 innings, 33 earned runs. So maybe not really well. It's a little much.
Such a bum.
Lefties hit him, 294, 865 OPS. He gets touched by lefties, and you're going to start with Frelick and Collins, and then Yelich will bat 4th, and then you'll have Trang 7th and Perkins 8th. The switchy will be batting from the left-hand side. Brewers versus righties, last 30 days, 288-22. Cubs versus righties, 224-652. Cubs bullpen has struggled a little less, 4.89 ERA over the last 30 days. Brewers 3.04. TJ, you have made a lot of money on the Milwaukee Brewers on this run. Are you backing them here today?
I'm tempted to. I just wish it was the price was a little better here. I don't want to pay, I don't want to lay too much money with Milwaukee. The Cubs, let's be honest, they got lucky that the second game on Monday? Yeah, Monday was rained out because Milwaukee had all the momentum there and the bullpen advantage with Horton coming out so early with the blister that I think they would have taken that game. So a little bit of bad luck went against them. That's baseball. It's only 2 losses, and we're only talking about 1 bad start. I guess he had one against the Mets too for Mcelvy. I believe in this kid's a great pitcher, but I can't fade the Cubs today. I'm definitely not going to back him. But Ray at home, the Cubs or the Brewers just smash the fastball, and he throws that 43% of the time. But he gets a lot of fly balls, and if the wind's blowing in, that's really going to help him. Kind of takes away a weapon for Milwaukee there. I kind of lean under, but I haven't pulled the trigger on anything.
It was a very important sweep of the doubleheader yesterday. Very important. Give the Cubs some life, give them some energy, and maybe can you get the Brewers to squeeze their sticks a little tight? I don't know if they will. I don't know if they'll, because they have that 7-game lead, but I don't want either side of this at all. And I also understand the under, but I don't even really want that. There's nothing really that appeals to me in this game except, I want to know the result very badly. Jose Bouquet, take it away, Brewers Cubs.
Admittedly, I've been shitting all over the Cubs because I think they're a mentally weak organization and they've got no leadership there. But I will say this is a very fishy line when it comes to the Chicago Cubs here. I expected this to be minus 130. Mcelvy and the Brewers here, minus 115 is interesting. So I personally can only go Cubs here. Rabenga from Colin Ray after getting his shit rocked earlier. I can only go Cubs here, but again, it's a mentally weak organization. They don't have a leader. The Red Sox stole Theo Epstein back from them, and ever since then, it's been over. So nothing here for me.
Nothing but a bit of slander. A bit of slander. So you got something in there.
Well,
I had to get my pound of flesh.
Cubs Sports Radio, they win 2 games. They're down 7 games to the Brewers, and they're acting like it's a victory. Like,
we're back.
Great, you're 2-1 in this series so far. Awesome.
It's TJ, it's Billy Friedrich, and myself, the 3 guys that just cannot stand this Cubs team, apparently.
That's fun. It's going to be a fun. Baseball is just heating up. So much parity. It's going to be very fun. We have our guy Matty Ice in the house. And Matty Ice taint play today is in. Braves to win. Albies to get a hit at plus 100. Says if you can't play the Braves run line, he says take this one. A shout out to our guy, Mr. Matty Ice. A little bit of taint never hurt nobody. Let's roll on. Next up for us, 8:40 p.m. Getting a little nervous about this first 5 over that we have here, but we got a runner on now.
Yeah, Bader grounded into a double play with the guy on third last inning. And
yeah, we got a runner on first right now with no out. So they still need 12 outs, and we need 2 runs. So looks like a. God, I wish I was there. I like Lucas Ryan says, sweet taint play today is in. Let's roll on to Dodgers, Rockies, Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. Shohei Ohtani on the hill. And I bet the over in his last start, and I cashed very easily. I've been sort of fading Ohtani in ways. It's dangerous fading the Dodgers, but I faded Ohtani when he was against Cincinnati, and that paid off. I got a plus 140. We have an out. Damn it. Oh, no, he was out stealing. Idiot. Oh, that stops all the momentum. Fuck. All right. Look at that. Turns he got in on the under 10.5 first 5 live in Tigers game. Wow. Or 10.5. That's got to be 10.5 full game, though. But still, they got it during the first 5. Great job. Okay, Ohtani. On the road this year, he's been pretty strong. I mean, he's only thrown 12 in the third, 16 strikeouts in 12 in the third, 12 hits in 12 in the third. Allowed the 1 home run, walked 4. He has allowed 6 earned runs. His splits, lefties are getting nothing off of him. But righties are, and this is going to be a full lineup of righties except for Mickey Moniak. Then we have Tanner Gordon, who has been terrible until that last start. Well, he started off excellent coming off the IL, like lights out, then got destroyed. And then he has a nice start at home. So he's consecutive home starts. That last start, 5 innings, 3 earned runs, 2 Ks, and 1 walk at home this year. He has been okay, 16 earned runs in 26 innings, 315 opponents batting average. Lefties hitting 293 with an 808 against them. Righties absolutely destroying him. Absolutely destroying them. Swiggy says Colorado bats first right splits aren't bad. No, they're good. Good enough. Last 30 days, 255, 727 OPS, while the Dodgers first righties 247, 763 OPS. The bullpen is a huge issue. It's been all year long. The Rockies are allowing 3.43 more runs over 9 innings. The bullpen's just been terrible. Oh, wow. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the... Oh, sorry, I was in my head. I was thinking of the pie. My bad. I was tripping. Turnsy. Of course, you got it first 5 because it was 6-0. No, beautiful. Sorry, I was thinking from further, just moving too quickly. I was thinking Pirates, Blue Jays in my head after all those early runs. No, great job, Turnsy. My bad. My apologies. So here we go. Let's take a look at the weather. We did that. Let's take a look at the line history here for this one. We have that stolen base now. Ugh. Now we only have 9 outs for 2 runs when it looked so good early. Line history wise, we have an 11.5. It's minus 111 to the over. Let's open up. Basically now it's minus 107 to the over. So we've had a 1 cent move towards the under. And then when we get to the money line here, we have the Colorado Rockies plus 266. They opened up at plus 250. The Dodgers gone from minus 290 to minus 301. And then we look at the cash flow here. We have 85% of the tickets, 80% of cash on Shohei Ohtani, 67% of the tickets on the under, 50% of cash on the over. Here we go. TJ, Dodgers, Rockies. Anything for you?
Yeah, I don't bet a lot of Dodger games really just because of the price, and I don't bet a lot of games in Coors because of the variance, but I will bet an over here. Ohtani, like you said, shutting down lefties, but I'm not too worried about that in this Rockies lineup here. I want their right-handed bats, and he's been, I would say, slightly below average versus righties, 1.42 WHIP. It would be they want to stretch him to 5. He didn't quite make it there in his last start. I think if he sees any trouble early, they're probably not going to leave him out there for too long. But I think the Rockies can get to him pretty early here. They got to Fott, McGreevy, Fott again, Mikolas. They've been doing fine versus right-handed pitching over the last 2 weeks. And, it's Coors. So Dodgers team total is already at 7.5. I mean, they're going to have no problem getting runs off Gordon. I don't see any reason to think we expect Gordon to go back to form when he started, back in May. He was still allowing runs at home, but I guess less than average. And then he had a really good start against St. Louis. And since then, it's kind of been downhill. I don't read too much into his last home start with Arizona just because he had just got shelled by them. So we expect a little bit of a zigzag there. But I don't see any way that he holds the Dodgers to, less than 4 runs over 5 innings, or 4.5 maybe over 5 innings is the total I would put in there. So yeah, I'm going to take full game over 11.5. Bullpen's shaky. I think we'll have enough to get there.
Well, I think that Ohtani is vulnerable at Coors. Has he ever pitched there? I'm trying to go through.
No, this is his first start there.
Yeah.
And that slider and sinker aren't going to have the same effect.
No, what is the Rockies team total?
4.5, same as yesterday.
Then what's their first 5? Maybe I should just focus on the first 5 team total. JW looking at that over 4.5.
1.5 I'm seeing, minus 140.
It's crazy. That's nuts. Oh, what do we got here? Come on, tell me something good. Oh, yeah, he got all over it. Go, yard, home run. 2-2.
2-2. All right.
Oh, no, sorry, 3-1. Excuse me, 3-1.
Yep.
God, I kind of wanted the Phillies too. All right, we need one more now. I like it. Wow. Okay. What can I do here? I want to fade Ohtani, but I guess Tanner Gordon just can't be trusted.
Yeah, you can probably take Colorado first 5 plus 2 for a decent price.
But then
Did you guys see Troy Torrance put in first 3 plus 2.5?
Wow, first 3 plus 2.5.
And he got even money on that, I think.
Oh my God.
Yeah, first 3 plus 2.5 for obviously the Rockies. Don't have to say that, but whatever. So very interesting one.
Wow, I'd like to see what I want to fade Ohtani. That's been working every start. Not necessarily betting on the opposite team, but figuring out how to attack them.
Mm-hmm.
That first 3, because Public's just all over him. The first 3, let's see. First 3. Oh, yeah, I don't get first 3 plus 2.5.
Yeah, that's what Troy said. Even money.
My first 3 plus 1.5 is minus 165.
Jesus.
That's crazy. Was that tongue in cheek, Troy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe he's just joking.
Yeah, I just read his comments. So I wasn't sure.
Okay, Troy, Okay, yeah, he's just joking. Yeah, the Rockies first 3 plus 1.5 is minus 165. I mean, you can't even. Okay, I don't know. I'm gonna have to study this for longer to figure out what to do. I am here. Sorry. Okay, so I want to fade Shohei somehow. Maybe I'll just have to take a first 5 team total over. I will make that decision. Jose, anything for you here in Dodgers Rockies?
No, I don't want to fade my guy Otani, so nothing for me.
See, that's perfect, right? When you hear that statement, doesn't that make you just want to fade him even more? If people are like, no, I love him. I love this guy. How can I fade this guy? Okay.
Do it. I wish
think,
you luck.
Jimmy, I just think if you think Otani's vulnerable, then why not bet the over? Because there's nothing in Gordon, unless you're seeing something that makes you think he can shut down this lineup or survive.
No, my issue with Tanner Gordon is he's just so Jekyll and Hyde. When he came back from the IL, he was pitching so well, and then all of a sudden he's the worst pitcher in baseball. Like it's just, is it possible that he shoves here? No, it's probably impossible. I mean, if you look at those 3 starts, and I gave you guys the numbers before his last start when he faced the Diamondbacks again. We talked about the zigzag in the spot, and he only allowed 3 earned runs in the 5 innings. But because he had just allowed 10 earned runs in 4 2/3 against him, he had allowed 23 earned runs in 10 1/3 innings. If you go before that, again, like he had 1 start. What am I talking about? He only had 1 start after he came back from injury, and he was spectacular at home against Cardinals. 6 innings, doesn't allow a run. But the Cardinals sticks can be fucking silent night, and I think you were right. I think that the over is the spot, but I guess there's no buts.
Over 1.5 earned runs by Otani. Apparently, Matty Ice just put that in the chat as well. That's another interesting one.
Oh, that's a beautiful one. Okay, I think that might be how I get there. All right, Cappers contest is live right now. Cappers contest is live, so sign up for the Cappers contest. Kong is in. Also, Survivor. And we're going to be talking about it nonstop all year. So, yeah, I think maybe that's it. Just focus on Otani and the over. I'm going to be involved. I'm definitely going to be involved in this baseball. And I think you're right. And TJ, you got the over?
Yeah.
Over 11.5. And what are we using for
minus 107? Penny.
Over 11.5 minus 107 for TJ. I want to make sure when we go over that I've got all your action right. Let's roll on, fellas. 9:38 p.m. Eastern. The Cincinnati Reds, 67 and 60, 31-31 on the road at the LA Angels, 16-66, 33 and 32 at home. For those of you who still trusted the Reds, despite the very strange market, richly rewarded for that. Excellent work. Chris Warren just cashing bat center, 17.5 outs. Great job. And so here we go, Nick.
So we were right on that game. Oviedo pitched well.
Yeah, and and it should have been bet.
Yep.
I've no excuse for not betting it. The market told us he was going to do it, and it's not only that though. The psychological, him handling that demotion so well, him handling it all, and the manager calling it out, like that's not like me to leave the psychological side and not move on. It was a mistake. Okay, but we're here in Angel Stadium. Let's take a look at the weather here in Angel Stadium. We have 87 Fahrenheit, feels like 88, 6 miles per hour to right center, dies down to 4 miles per hour. Then we have the daily stadium report for Angel Stadium, plus 5% overall, plus 18% home runs, minus 2% doubles and triples, and minus 2% singles. Nick, for those of you who are making money in baseball and succeeding in baseball, we are running out of time where it can be our sole focus. We're running out of time. It's fucking TikTok, man. Let's get this money. Let's go all in with our study and our work, because there's going to be things pulling us in different directions here pretty soon. Take a look at the line history here for this one. We have the LA Angels at minus 130. Sure, that's a full game. Minus 130. Opening up minus 122. 8 cents of movement towards the Angels. Now, I almost bet this at this exact line last night. And I was like, you know what? Let's let it be. Let's just let it be and see what's going on. And that's what I have done. But how do you not want to back Kikuchi in this spot? This total is a 9. It's minus 109 to the under. Opened up at 8.5 and is now a 9. I wish the line had moved 20 or 25 cents, obviously. But that's not the case. They're telling us there's a ton of volatility. The weather's not that offensive although it is blowing out, plus 18% home runs, but not for hits. Let's take a look at the cash flow then for the Angels spot. We have interleague action, 52% of tickets on the Angels and 67% of tickets on the Reds. 72% of tickets on the under and 60% of cash on the under. We have Nick Martinez, 10-9, 4.73 ERA, 1.23 WHIP. Last start, he went 2 2/3, 9 hits, 6 runs, 5 of which were earned. It was a 10-8 loss at home to the Brewers. On the road this year, he's looked bad. 34 earned runs over 67 2/3. He's allowed 73 hits and 9 homers in those 67 2/3. Both lefties and righties get to him. Then you have Yusei Kikuchi. 6-8, 3.52 ERA. Oh, the name says you mean over. Was I wrong with the splits there? No, sorry. Maybe I was talking to someone else. Kikuchi, last start, 4 earned runs over 4 innings, 10-3 loss at the Athletics. But now he comes home where he's been excellent. 20 earned runs and 13 starts, 69 hits and 75 innings. Opponents hitting 240 against him. Regular splits. I mean, righties do get to him. 265, 774 OPS. But the Reds are not hitting lefties at all. 241, 606. The Angels are hitting righties. And both bullpens have been pretty good. No, it's all good. It's all good, AM. So here we go. Our second to last game on the MLB card. Jose Bouquet, Reds, Angels.
I thought this was a fishy line. Again, maybe because I'm a Reds future ticket holder, but I thought this should be even money, minus 110-ish. So seeing minus 135, almost minus 140 for the Angels is peculiar. I know a lot of people don't like Nick Martinez, but I think he's a fine league average-ish pitcher that can get the job done for us on some days and then get his shit rocked on other days. I mean, his last few starts, 5 earned runs against the Milwaukee Brewers. You know what? I'll give you a pass if you struggle against the Milwaukee Brewers when they're on their hottest streak. Pittsburgh Pirates, 7 innings, 1 earned run. He got pulled early. Well, it didn't even start 2 1/3 against the Cubs, but he's been generally fine starting. So I lean Los Angeles Angels here because of how weirdly priced this line is. I mean, 50-50 ticket split and 67% of the money on the Reds here. And the line movement, like you mentioned here, Jimmy, minus 123 to minus 131, where he used to play poker. So weird line. I lean Angels here, but it's not going to be a move I make official.
What makes this a weird line?
I think this should be like even, personally. Again, I could be a Reds asshole thinking that the Reds are better than they are. But I would expect minus 110, minus 120, maybe Los Angeles Angels here.
See, I don't feel that way at all. I mean, I think this is a big advantage with Kikuchi over Martinez, especially because Kikuchi's at home. But
you got the Angels ace at home versus, 4th or 5th rotation pitcher.
I wanted to see this get to minus 140. I wanted to see a bigger move to the Angels. But let's hear from TJ. Take it away, Reds Angels.
Yeah, I want to add to what you guys said. I mean, the first 5 price is interesting because I would have expected Kikuchi to be, more of a favorite, but they're about the same full game first 5, which is interesting. I know there's no Kenley Jansen won't be available. Cincinnati has a lot of bullpen issues. They have Mays on back-to-back. Santillan's gone 3 of his last 4. Ashcraft's gone 3 of his last 4. So they're kind of down to some of the bottom guys we should see tonight. Because I kind of like the under starting off, but I don't like the bullpen issues for both teams with lack of rest there. I don't have a lot to add. Kikuchi's last 2 starts, both have been subpar, but they were on the road, and he has been good at home. The guys in division get him a little better. Texas, Seattle have given him trouble. But it's not like he's seen a lot of Cincinnati, so I do believe he has an early edge. So why isn't he 10 to 15 cents more expensive first 5?
It makes no sense.
Right. That's like a red flag.
My only pushback is I think Nick Martinez and Kikuchi are closer in pitcher quality than most, I guess. I get that Martinez this year 4.73 ERA compared to Kikuchi's 3.52, but if you look at their FIPS, 4.08 for Kikuchi, 4.28 for Nick Martinez. So I just think these pitchers are closer than.
I don't think they are at all. But your stats, I respect. you're not wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. The issue is Kikuchi walks way too many batters. 61 walks on the year. Martinez doesn't. 33 walks, and so Nick Martinez's whip is much better than Kikuchi's. But
he doesn't strike anyone out.
But Kikuchi's striking out more batters too than I remember. So, you have Martinez who doesn't strike out enough and Kikuchi striking out more, but something's up here. Something is up because, the books are agreeing with what you just said, Jose, because here, at a very sharp offshore, minus 130 for the Angels, full game minus 124 first 5. I can't.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
I can't figure that out. I can't. Here it's 5-cent difference at 365 too. It's 135 for the Angels full game, 130 first 5.
What would you expect the first 3 over under to be? Where would you think the juice is?
1.5 juice to the over.
What's the total? What are we at right now in a full game total?
It's 9, and first 5 is 4.5.
Oh yeah, and it's gone from 8.5 to 9. And if the first 5 is 4.5, it means that they're talking about the bullpen issues are as well. So I would expect this 2.5 to be minus 130 at 365, minus 130 to the over and minus 110 to the under, which doesn't make sense to me. I think it should be lower. I think
you're pretty much right on what I have.
Okay, well let me check what I have because
definitely juiced heavy to the over.
That doesn't you would think that with Kikuchi at home that it'd be even. Right. Wow, it's minus 135 to the over, minus 105 to the under. Well, look, the market is telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, I'm not going to I can't bet this game. And this is another spot I told TJ, remember from 3 years ago when I was adamant, and that was my first great baseball season. No, well, for me, a great baseball season. I ended up the year up about 20 units, but that was the first time I really succeeded for 1,000 bets in baseball. And remember, I told you the first look, I would just put a line right through it. And this was my first look, was back in Kikuchi at home against Nick Martinez. So I'm off here. Anybody, TJ, anything official for you? Or are you going to stay away for now?
Stay off.
All right. Let's just get back in quickly to TJ and I's action on that first 5. Looks like, we're going down to we need a run from the Phillies in the bottom of the 5th.
Yep.
Don't like that. But we have a chance. Peter Loshak says, feels like A's, Reds, Giants, 2 of those 3 win. Let's talk about the San Francisco Giants here. So this was another part. So I told you guys I thought Landon Roop would get touched and have a tough end of the season because he was so spectacular to start the year. He goes to the IL. This was a pitcher was not expected to be in the rotation coming out of spring training, and he was in the rotation. And I think it's mentally tough for these guys to come back after a break thinking, it was so easy for me before. It's going to be easy for me now. And he got touched for 5 earned runs in 3 innings. And now he's on the road where he was a fade, I thought, anyways. So this was the other part. I wanted to fade Roop here. Wanted to fade Roop as soon as this became available. But that means I need to back JP Sears, whose first start with the Padres was bad. And I'm okay with that. I'm ready to do that. His splits are bad. He's got the reverse splits, but righties are also hammering him. But the Giants aren't hitting lefties at all. 221, 619 OPS. And the Padres are hitting righties and playing good baseball. Padres bullpen's been phenomenal, best in Major League Baseball by almost a full run over 9 innings, but over every other team in Major League Baseball over the last 30 days. And Giants bullpen's been okay. So I tell you, I came into this saying I was right about Roop in game 1, and I want to keep fading him. And maybe that's a mistake because I don't think I bet that first one. I don't think I bet it. I think I just was right. But who cares if you're right and you don't bet it? I mean, it's just not just talk then. This total right now is right where it opened. There's been no movement. It's gone a 1 cent move towards, I guess, just a tightening of VIG, basically. Nothing. Let's get to the money line. Let's get a guy on for the Phillies, too. From a money line standpoint here, this is perfect.
They already took out Castillo, too.
Oh, damn it. Okay, we're in trouble then. That sucks. We have Padres opening up minus 149. Now they are minus 46. So this has not moved towards the San Diego Padres. Let's take a look at the cash flow here then for this NL spot. 64% of the tickets on the Padres, 71% of the cash, and this line's not moving. Why? 60% of the tickets on the under, 77% cash on the under. Look, I don't mind just staying away from all of the bets that my gut likes and just focusing solely on what correlates. So I can leave this alone too. I don't need to move. I don't need to move on this one. So here we go. TJ, our final spot on the board, Giants Padres. Take it away.
Yeah, kind of like you were talking about the Angel game. This was the first game I wanted to bet. I wanted to back San Diego here. I tend to like JP Sears. I know he's hit or miss, but I think it matches up well against a weak San Francisco lineup. The problem is the market, and I wanted to let it marinate, let it see what happens. And I figured money, I would like to see this at 155 San Diego or 160, and then find a way to get on a -1 or something. But they have the bullpen advantage, they have the lineup advantage. Why is the line not moving? Does Roop come out and pitch decently tonight? I think that's what keeps it close. I think that's what it's saying. So I'm going to stay away from this one. Unfortunately, I didn't have much action on the later games, but I'm going to pass.
There's no difference on the first 5 price. It's exact same at 365. I guess, wouldn't you think that, you'd get an advantage backing Roop over Sears? That's not the case. Let's see over here at this offshore, -146. Full game, -142. Jose Bouquet, take it away.
Yeah, it's going to be a stay-off game for me. I kind of do wish this was JP Sears' first start, but like you said, he struggled, so I guess not. He got traded, obviously, to the Padres, then immediately gets sent down. And I'm sure there's plenty of motivation for him to come up here and pitch well to try to earn himself a spot on this team, because this Padres rotation is what's going to kill them in the playoffs here. Just simply not enough innings from them to make that bullpen worth it. But it's a stay-off game for me. I would only try to back JP Sears here personally. So I kind of agree with you.
Shout out to our guy AM, now a PSR Gold member. He will be racing on Friday.
AM, by the way, we couldn't get him in there for the last Say Hey plays, but he was interested. Came backstage for Say Hey play. So hopefully we can see AM on the screen here in the future.
Did he have a start with El Paso, JP Sears? He must have, right?
Yeah, he must. He's been down there forever now. So, but I'll tell you right now for sure.
Yeah, he's been down there for 15 days, so he had to have a couple starts.
15 days? That's it?
Yeah, he was optioned on August 5th.
Jesus. He has 1 start. Wow.
And what did he do?
5 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, a home run, 3 Ks, 1 walk.
God damn. So
has he been in the bullpen? Yeah, I guess so. Well, no. Jesus. He's been sliding these starts, and I haven't even noticed them.
Ron, no, we're racing on Friday for entry into the Cappers contest or the Survivor. So $100, $100 race, basically.
That's so he must have been hurt, because his start with the Padres on the 4th, such a long time ago, and then his next start was in AAA on the 12th. So I mean, I guess not, but such time in between starts, and not any AAA starts basically. And again, he's been down there since the trade deadline, right? I mean, he hasn't pitched basically, so it's just crazy.
Got no rhythm set up at all.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna have to stay away from this one. We're down to our final out here. TJ, we do have a runner on.
We need Kepler to rip a double here with 2 strikes.
Yeah, we need him.
Don't like our chances.
No, that does not look good. All right, let's do a review of all action here today. I feel like I'm kind of upset with the handling of that Jays Pirates. I mean, everything kind of pointed to Oviedo pitching well. We didn't know exactly what Bassett was going to offer, even against these weak bats that should have attacked it here. Let's see this pitch. Okay. We have So I'm on the over 4.5 with TJ here on Mariners, Phillies, and I'm on the Tigers. So then I already moved. I bet the Marlins first 5. I bet that during the show at minus 135. And I bet the Nats first 5 plus a half offshore at minus 115. Then TJ moved on. TJ's going to go over his action, but that look on the Braves, I want to get involved with the Braves somehow. I'm going to figure that out. And then my action really dries up as well, dries up in a big way. The over 11, I want to fade Shohei in some form. Oh, he got it. He got it. Now it's just a single. Oh, please don't get burnt. Going to 30 didn't. Okay, we have runners on the corners. We just need a little tap-a-roo. Right, so, and then that's it. That's it for me. So not a very big card, which is preferable because we have a ton of football that we're going to be attacking for Thursday and Friday, and I've got a lot of work to do. So I'm ready just to do that work as soon as this show's over. Get my action and do the work. TJ, my man, it's great having you back in business here after that spectacular 8-0 day. Oh, and they're switching pitchers. Damn it. Every time we got them, they just...
Oh, we got to wait.
TJ, it's pretty impressive, your record here on the year. You started 0-5, and you're now 21-11. So you've gone 21-6 in your last 27 official bets here on the show. TJ, take it away. And every single thing TJ gave out to was on lines available at that moment, which is special as well. TJ, take it away. What's your action for today?
Yeah, like you, I'm with you on Seattle on this first 5 over. We need a lucky hit here. Looks like it's going to be a lefty against Stott, so not great. Detroit money line, that one's looking good, so hopefully 1-1 early is worst case. Atlanta run line, minus 1.5, plus 113. A's money line, plus 107. And Dodgers, Rockies over 11.5, minus 107. So only 5 bets today. Didn't have a lot out there for you, but there's a lot of games that were just question marks, or weird market that we probably, it's better to leave money on the table than to lose, in my opinion.
Without a doubt. TJ, thanks so much for rocking with us. Now, TJ can't put his action out on X. And what he can do, though, is answer questions. And also he can let you know, and sort of, without putting stuff out publicly, he can let you know what he's on, what he's thinking about, what he's doing. But answering questions is extremely valuable. He's a very valued member of our community here. I'm going to pop his X handle in the chat. Hit the link and support our guy, TJ. And TJ, I can't believe it. In fucking no time here.
I know, I'm pumped.
We're going to be at Woodbine Racetrack, and it's just going to be fucking heaven. Let's just take a look at the weather now for us on Saturday. Toronto weather here for our big Summit of Champions. Oh, it's perfect weather, man. Absolutely perfect. Like, just perfect.
Awesome.
God, it's going to be magic, man. I cannot wait. I cannot fucking wait. TJ, thank you, my man. Any last words for the Capper supporting the show?
Hey, smash the like, guys. It's a way to make this show even more popular so we can keep going. Leave a comment after the show, too. That helps. And appreciate it. Catch you guys next time.
There he is, our guy, TJ, in the house. Jose Bouquet, my friend. We're about to get into WNBA with Billy Brisbane and Justin McCelvy. Please review your action, my friend.
Yeah, only 3 bets for me today, and I gotta have them. Gotta fucking have them because, like I said, I've hit my low water mark of the season, so I need to hit it here. So, Tigers money line full game, that looks great. But the 2 plays I have left: Cleveland Guardians minus 101, and the Washington Nationals plus a half, minus 120 for me. First 5. So it should be a fun, interesting evening of baseball. Do not forget, by the way, this weekend, the tailgate starts. So no Say Hey plays this weekend, but we will have Dabby Cab, Moose Money, Wine Time, and company on the tailgate. So don't forget to tune into that this weekend. Should be a lot of fun. I'm very interested to hear what the WNBA has to offer because we had a nice winner with the Liberty last night. So shout out to you.
Yeah, that was a smash and grab, Jose, my friend. It is time to talk WNBA. We have, okay. God, looks like he's got no chance of there at all. I hate when you're the left-handed bat that can't hit lefties and the lefty comes in. I mean, what are the chances? We got like about a 10% chance that fucking we can get a little taparoo here. Let's see. We have the 2-2 count, 3-1 Philly lead. Oh, come on. No. Come on, he's ready. Oh, a diving catch. God damn it. All right, well, we'll get the tie. The opening games here. The fact that I'm not going to pull a profit is absolute bullshit. This was the move to the Tigers was clear and simple. It was clear that the market expected Oviedo to pitch very well and that he had his manager's belief in him. The Mariners aren't hitting lefties, and I should have backed Luzardo first 5 -1/2. Now I'll take the 1-1 and lose a little bit of vig, but I won't do it fucking happily. It's time to talk WNBA, and we have our experts backstage ready to rock, starting with the star of the Locker Room Talk podcast. A huge, huge week of mixed martial arts ahead of him. Please welcome our friend, Mr. Billy Brisbane, to the show. Brizzy, what's good, man? How are you?
Doing good. Nice little refresh here of a week. Nice little hump day action here, Wednesday, as I like to call it. Some WNBA Beaver Ball action, and then we get the weekend started after today.
Yes, a major weekend, and you got to fix your sleep schedule as well for UFC on Saturday. Pops off at 3 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, if the sleep schedule's already fucked, ain't got a whole lot of fixing to do. Am I right? I mean, we were up to like 5 o'clock in the morning last night.
Good. Okay, you're ready. Okay, you're primed then. You're primed for this show. I love it. Let's bring on our next guest. Started the 2-3 zone for WNBA picks over at Tony's Picks alongside our friends Ramon Scott and Ron Crawford. Please welcome our guy, Mr. Justin McKelvey.
Stacks, 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 stacks.
Justin, what's good, man? How are you?
I've got better days. A little irritated from yesterday, but it'll be all right.
It was frustrating. Now, I mean, your capping put a lot of money in my pocket. So, I mean, your capping was on point. And, that's what you got to focus on. And let's get this cash here right now. AEOD saying Tease forever. Thank you, AEOD. Shouting out our friend Parlay Tease. And AM says Stacks also had a sharp ass play with Sun plus 3.5. The Connecticut Sun, you were on the first half. I was on the full game. That was beautifully capped. And then the Liberty breakdown. I've been in the exact same situation often that you were in, and
that's what's crazy. Like, I ended up betting the Liberty, but you say it all the time. It's not always about records. It's about my bankroll.
Oh yeah.
And it was 4-1-4 yesterday. I didn't make the Liberty official, which it helped my bankroll, but 4-1-4 didn't help my bankroll. Like, that shit just, and then being greedy with the dream when I could have took the spread and covered, like, it irritated Jimmy. That's all.
Well, I'll tell you this. For me, I've stopped. And you'll have look. I'm not saying my way is the right way, and I'll never say that on this show. When I talk about how I do it, it's just what works with me. For me, is I always in NBA and WNBA now take the points, and I used to always, if it was under 4.5 or less, take the money line. I don't do that anymore. I stopped doing that about 3 years ago. I always take the points, whether it's 1.5, 2.5, 3. I started tracking it, and it turns out that those points are helpful. So
yeah, chasing that plus money, man. It's like, I don't know, it really makes you look in the mirror, like pull back a little bit. Like, I'm taking away a lot of wins by chasing them plus money spots. It's just frustrating.
Well, we believe in you enormously, and let's get to work, fellas, because we have a very interesting matchup here at 10 p.m. Eastern. Dallas Wings 9-26, 4-13 on the road at the LA Sparks, 16-18, 6-10 at home at Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, California. And I'll let you know, Justin, just hearing the anger in your voice and hearing how much you want this, how badly you want this, is, we're very fortunate to cap with you. And that energy will fuel you to greatness. I know it will. And we believe in you enormously. Let's get into the line history and the cash flow here for our lone game on the WNBA board. And if either of you as well want to touch on your plans or lock anything in for tomorrow, we can touch. There's 4 big games tomorrow. We can hit all of those, and after we really handled that, Mystics Sun game, it's going to be interesting to hear your thoughts on game 2. But here we go. We have these Sparks right now at -8.5. They opened up at 7.5. That 7.5 was pretty heavily juiced. It moved to 8 this morning, and now it's at 8.5. Some books already were at 8.5, but the books that came out first did open it up at 7.5. Total wise, we have a 183. This opened up at 180.5. It got up pretty high. Got up to 184 before it dropped down to 183. It's now just to the under at 183. When we get to the board and take a look at the cash flow, we have 75% of the tickets on the Sparks, but just 56% of the cash. We have 57% of tickets on the over, but 80% of the cash, and that's been flying up very, very quickly. The Wings coming off their 7th loss in 8 games, 106-87 at the Aces on Sunday. Maddie Zegras scored 23, career high 23, 11 of 15. Page went for 18. But they shot 3 of 17 from 3, and the big problem is not having Ogunbowale out there. She's out, knee tendonitis for the foreseeable future. No date yet. And we remember what happened the last time these teams played. That was where I was extremely fortunate. I just had that was the Friday, right? I only had the one money line parlay, and they covered barely 97-96, and Paige Beckers missed that shot at the buzzer, but she played very well in that. The Sparks coming off 2 losses off their second loss in 3 games, 95-86 at Washington on Sunday. So they play Washington on Sunday, and then on Monday they fly right across back home. They're still a half game back of the final playoff spot. Hamby as being backed by Justin Often here, and she's playing phenomenally well. 26 points, 7 assists in that game on Sunday. Kelsey Plum, 25 and 6. Rakea Jackson, 17. And Burrow had 10. Sparks are a healthy group. They've been a healthy group for a while. Kelsey Plum playing very well, 20.4 points per game. And the Sparks offense is electric. They lead the WNBA, scoring 89.2 points per game. Second in field goal percentage of 46.2. Third in three-point percentage of 35.5. And Dallas is terrible defensively. The only team worse than them is the LA Sparks. These two teams are horrific defensively. The Wings allow opponents to hit 38.2% from 3. They allow opponents to hit 45.4 from the field. So here we go. Billy, Brisbane, Wings, Sparks, take it away.
Yeah, I'd hate to start off a breakdown like this, but I like the under in this game, despite the trends that are going to tell you to bet the over. I mean, the Sparks are the best over team in the WNBA, 24-9-1 towards the over their last 10 games. They scored at least 86 points in 7 of their last 8 games, at least 90 points in 6 of their last 8. Defensive rating-wise, these teams are kind of right back-to-back, number 12 for Dallas and number 13 for the Sparks. For me, though, the reason why I like the under in this game, the Wings just have way too many injuries in their front court right now. Lee LaRue is out. I just don't like this spot for the Wings at all, shockingly. I originally thought I was going to take the Wings plus the points, but I think this is an under game all day. I'm interested to hear what Stack's got to say. And you alluded to it a little bit. I do like my Villanova girl as well. Maddie Zegras, all-time Villanova leading scorer. She was on her way to being like the 6th man of the year last year, and then she ended up like blowing out her leg. This form is nothing that you haven't not seen before. Maddie Zegras has been on one. She's since Enrique Ngubawale has gone out, she's gone over points prop line in 3 out of 3 games. In her 6 games since returning from injury, 16.1 points per game. Her shooting splits are ridiculous, 62, 38, 93. The Sparks allow the most points, field goals made, 3-pointers, and second most free throws made to opposing forwards this season. I think this is a good Maddie Seeger spot, regardless of how the game script goes. I think that she's going to be involved in the game plan and for the future for the Dallas Wings. But I think this is an under game, man. I really do.
I get it. The problem is especially after they put up 193 points in their last one. I mean, I get it. Are you going to pull the trigger on the under?
I'm stuck between the full game under and the team total under for the Wings, because I think if the game goes under, I don't see the Wings eclipsing 87.5 points. I think that's where the edge is in this one. Like, if the Sparks put up 98, I would not be shocked. But I think if I'm going to fade the Wings instead of taking the Sparks -8, I think it's going to have to be a team total under for Dallas. But interested to hear what Stacks got to say. I think this is a fade of a Dallas Wing spot, even though they just got blown out by Vegas on Sunday. I think the Dallas Wing spot, the back is on Friday against the Seattle Rain, I should say, not even the Storm.
You know, a couple things here before we hear from Stacks. A problem with me in this game is I don't want to back LA on the first game back from the road trip. The good thing is that the road trip, went kind of poorly.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, the Valkyries just lost last night, and if the Sparks win this game tonight, that would vastly improve their chances of making the playoffs.
I also wondered if the Wings are going to go out in LA tonight. They fly back home tomorrow, and then they play on Friday. But the chance to party was Sunday night in Vegas after that loss. But they probably lost so bad that they felt maybe bad about going out. So there's, and I know it's just a 2-game trip here. Let's hear from Stacks. And then we'll hear if Brizzy has a plan for the under or the team total under, or if he's going to go with Maddie player prop. Let's hear from Stacks. Take it away, Justin. Wings, Sparks.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Brizzy about a lot of things. Even his under, even though it contradicts one of my plays, but he fixed it by saying he don't know about Dallas. And my first official play, and I'll give you a breakdown in a second, is Diego Hamby over 18.5 points, -108. And I just love her in this spot back at home, coming off a loss. Like, she's pretty much her and Kelsey Plum is like they go music. So I love the Sparks coming off a loss. You don't want the Sparks at no point in time as a favorite, let alone a huge favorite like this. So I couldn't be on the Sparks laying nothing. But what I can be on is they're going to sniff 100 tonight. I gave this away yesterday. I got a better number. I still like it at a worse number. On the video, I gave away over Sparks over 94.5. I got plus money for it yesterday when I bet it. I didn't post it nowhere. But I still like this number because of my breakdown. The second play today is the Sparks team total over 95.5. And I think they're going to score 100 today. That's the bottom line. They're coming on home. And I wasn't going to make this official, but then when the Valkyries end up getting smoked, well, they didn't get smoked, but they hooked me, so get smoked. But once the Valkyries lost, that's what Brizzy was saying to help my point. Like, they know what's on the line right now. They're coming off the loss. They scored 97 the first time. Now they're back at home off a loss, and they know it's go time. They don't play no defense. Dallas is probably going to score. But this total here, it's like, how do you not go under this total? This is like equal to like a 242.5 in the NBA. I know we don't compare it, but this number is extremely high. And just because it went over this number the first game, everyone going to look at it like, well, it was 97-96 the last time.
Yeah, don't let the final score fool you. Dallas backdoor covered that game. They were getting their ass whooped until the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they was getting cooked. I know that game because I had -3.5 and I had a team total over. team total got over, but they blew that minus 3.5, which led me to believe, which by saying you don't want the Sparks no time as a favorite. Like you wouldn't catch me dead laying 8.5 with no Sparks team nowhere playing nobody. But ever, I'm saying it's like 8.5. Like that's crazy.
I wish you could go through like the history of like when have the Sparks lead 8.5 in the WNBA in the last 4 years.
And I feel like it's a line set for wings bettors and makes you want to bet the Sparks. But who the hell, like, this is like the whole cap of the Sparks all year. You do not want them as a favorite. Now you're talking about 8.5, but what they do is they don't play no D. Diego Hamber run up and down the court, Kelsey run up and down the court, and they score. And then coming off a loss back at the crib. I love that. I got over 95.5. I got it at minus 115. And Diego Hamby over 18.5. I got that at minus 108. 107. Can't tell if that's a 7 or 8. 107 or 108.
Yeah, I can get you a 17.5 at minus 126. I don't think it's worth it, but I think it's a good sign when this offshore just heightens the juice and doesn't change the number.
If yesterday didn't happen to me, I was going to give out 20 plus for plus money, but
I like the 18.5 minus 108. Now, let me ask you a question. I got Big Daddy Boom in the house. We have Metro Boomin saying Paige going to carry the Wings on her back. Give me her PRA over. Now, neither of you guys have often moved on Paige Becker's props, and I didn't hear either of you guys bring it up. Justin, what's keeping you off of Paige Becker's here this evening?
Two things keeping me off Paige. One, this spread, just in case I am wrong, and maybe the Sparks do get a feel-good story and blow something out. First person is going to suffer is Paige. First time, but this game get out of hand, that's going to be the first person they pull. Second, I like Paige at the crib. I mainly like Paige at the like. I back her on the road. I feel comfortable with at the crib in front of her fans. Like she more active, so I ain't on Paige today.
The reason why I don't like Paige Beckers that much in this spot is because with Noah Enrique and Gumbawale, as you saw how the Aces played them, it's just like you can let Paige do whatever she wants. Like that isn't always going to translate into winning, and she just gets a lot more defensive attention. I believe what's the girl's name? She's a rookie, Isaiah James and Tyesha Harris. Both of them are out. JJ Quirley and Haley Jones are going to be in the backcourt with her. Like, why wouldn't you just double Paige Beckers throughout the whole entire game? Something that the Sparks didn't do in the first game, and then Paige Beckers was fucking cooking Kelsey Plum. Oh my God. She put her in a fucking blender, going left, right, cross move, back, forward. She had 29 points, and a lot of that was in the second half. She was cooking.
Like, just like we know it, they know it. So the Sparks is going into somebody saying, just stick Paige. Like, we're not letting her go crazy. And then it turns into a blowout in a blink of an eye.
We have Justin on Hamby over 18.5 points, minus 108. Sparks team total over 95.5. I can get that minus 114. Take a cent off of that. And Brizzy, anything you're going to make official as you've been heating up here? Anything you're going to make official?
Yeah, I just want to check the market on this team total under for the Dallas Wings because I'm seeing 87.5 on FanDuel. Bet365's got 8. What the fuck's up with Bet365? Minus 120 juice on both ways? Like the exact reason why I stopped fucking with Bet365 a little bit. Like minus 120 juice both ways.
They do that on the smaller markets and they do that on CFL too because that's where they get beaten.
That's part of the reason why I cashed out on them. Like I just withdrew, not cashed out, but withdrew my money.
Yeah. No,
like I'm not playing fair.
They used to do that for NFL props, 40-cent lines, and it was so loose. Now they cut it back to 20 because of all the complaints. But it's a problem.
My thing with that is we already not fighting a fair fight. So,
I agree.
So seriously, like you're not going to just do that to me 120 on both ends. No, like I'm already fighting a hard enough battle. Like, no. So
I think I'm gonna hit this FanDuel.
I can get you an 87, under 87 at minus 107.
Yeah, that works. Shit, I can get it fucking 87.5 at plus money. So I think
take that.
I think I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, I'm gonna go Dallas Wings team total under here in this spot. And when it comes to the spread, it's just like I would probably just use the Sparks as like a filler parlay piece for something. Like if you one of those type of people that are like accustomed to like, oh, I got a 5-leg parlay today. I gotta throw it in.
Yeah, for one of those, Sparks money line.
I definitely think a cross sport parlay or something like that. The Sparks money line is in play. But
And if you don't want to pay that crazy ass juice, just alt the team total down. Get the Sparks, take it down to like the 90 and a half. It'll be a lot better than the Sparks money line. They definitely gonna get 91.
I'm just gonna wait to see if I can get in live in the second quarter or something like that. If the Wings start out hot, would be the best case scenario for me. The Sparks, as they don't play defense, a lot of teams can go on runs against them when they heat up, and so I'm not gonna have any pregame action here off the 4-1 day yesterday. I'm just going to
do the same thing, Jim. I'm gonna take a nap after I record this next video, just so I can stay up, and hopefully the Wings is up like 8 at halftime.
So
no, the spread's 8.
Yeah,
I need them to be up like 13.
Official play for me is going to be
88.5
minus 120. FanDuel Sportsbook is where you can find that out.
Sorry, that was a team total under 87.5 at minus 120.
88.5.
88.5. Okay, yeah.
20 at FanDuel Sportsbook.
Yeah, I get that. I get the look here. I think you guys both, came ready to rock because I've got nothing here, unfortunately, on the spot. But I'm going to look to bet. I'm going to be listening to the game while I'm working, and I hope to get in live on the Sparks. We have Hamby and Sparks team total over for Justin. We have Wings team total under for Billy Brisbane. Our guy, Justin McCelvy, going to go shoot over at Tony's Picks. Thank you so much for making time for us, my man. I'm going to pop our guy Justin's X handle here in the chat. Please support him as selfless as they come. Justin, any last words for the Capper supporting the show?
Thanks for having me, and hopefully see y'all tomorrow in a little better mood.
Well, actually, Justin, just before you go, I meant to ask: for tomorrow's card, is there any angles that you're looking at right now, or are you going to wait till the afternoon and evening to hammer it?
Yeah, last 2 weeks I've learned my lesson. It's not. I'm going to fully. I haven't as of right now. The only thing I'm really looking at is the links.
Do we think that Angel's going to play tomorrow night in New York?
I have no idea.
I don't think so.
It just feels like it feels like the Liberty are in a letdown spot. Not that anybody wants to bet the Sky. I can understand if we are going to zigzag after cashing the Sun, that we maybe want the Mystics on the road. I get that. I'm curious of your first thoughts, Justin, on the Dream at home to the Lynx.
Well, here's the thing. I originally wanted the Lynx, but that was when I thought the Dream was going to win yesterday. However, the Dream didn't win yesterday. Remember, I was talking about the Lynx going to lose, then they're going to have to get up spot with the Dream first game back at home.
Yeah.
And then that didn't work because I thought the Dream was going to lose, or I thought the Dream was going to win. I thought the Lynx was going to lose. Well, the Lynx lost, but the Dream lost. So, and then I need to know if Fee's coming back because she was upgraded to doubtful before the Liberty. That means she's going to be questionable going in the year. She might play. If Fee's in, I'm hammering the Dream.
I really like the over in that Chicago-New York game. I could see that closing at like high 160s, low 170s. Bet365 is already at 164.5. FanDuel's at 166.5. Money's been coming in on the over. And if you look at through the Chicago's defense, I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot. The reason why this game is trending towards the over. And I think New York could definitely get on a roll here. Beating Minnesota, they definitely need to start. I think they just need to get the momentum going a little bit. And you played the Minnesota Lynx 3 of your last 5 games, and now you're playing the worst team in the WNBA. I mean, that seems like a 100-point spot for the New York Liberty tomorrow.
And
I think
I
they
agree
come
with
out of the
you.
gate quiet in the first quarter. I mean, all of that energy, all of that, that place was fucking booming.
I was about to say, like, it felt like that was a championship yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, did you see Sabrina?
Oh man,
Like,
she was into it.
like she really, like, she thought she won the championship with that 3-point shot. Like, so
Yeah.
I felt like that was like you put your all into it. That was your kitchen sink game.
I just don't want
So
to get cute every time I get like in the NBA. I would fade them first quarter, but that was crushing me in the first half, making plays at. So maybe I just stay off. Just before you go, Justin, were you surprised at the line for Mercury Aces? Aces just 1.5 point favorites at some books.
I was surprised and confused. Like, I feel like the line is telling me where to go, but I've learned like this WNBA is teaching me, my fault, teaching me like you gotta do a little bit more digging. And before early on in the season, like I would look at a spot and it would just be clear and that shit was smack. But now it's like there's a little bit more digging needs to be required in WNBA, and I'm willing to do the digging. But that line, I have it circled in my book for when I'm about to do this show because I gotta give some kind of pick. And I get roasted on there for giving props, not giving out a side or total. Like, you should see those comments, bro.
Hey, shit, the WNBA player props be smacking though. That's
I
how
be telling them that, like, my props hit more than the side of total. And why do you want me to give you something that I'm not betting?
I think the move in that game is you go back to Satu Salabi. I mean, that's just a clear mismatch for the Aces is them defending power forwards.
I think I gotta play the Aces one more time.
Hey, the Aces is back, man. They back. This is the team.
I think that line's telling me it's a phase spot. Like, but I don't have nothing official on it, and I'm probably not gonna. I'll probably give a prop out. Won't be happy, but that line is telling me like this is where the bus stop for the Aces.
I don't blame you. The line, I would think that the line would be a little bit more on the VIG, but this is their last.
A little bit, like.
I mean, they've gone 9-1 in their last 10 games. I mean, the Aces have been.
They arguably the hardest team in the WNBA right now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And to be giving up 1.5.
It's such a fishy line, but I thought the Atlanta line was fishy.
That's the only reason why I haven't bet it yet. Prior to yesterday, I'd already bet money line, not Aces.
Do you think? Do you think this line's going to move towards the Washington Mystics? It's 2.5 right now. A lot of the books haven't opened it up yet. Do you think it becomes a 3.5 or 4 by tomorrow?
I do.
I think you slam the Mystics
right now
because nobody. It's a public, like nobody's just gonna wake up and look at this line and bet the Mystics.
I think you slam the Mystics. I think that's the spot tomorrow.
So Mr. Belvedere agrees. So maybe I need to bet that.
But my thing is, every time I think I wait, it's like I be on the right side but the wrong side of the line movement, if that makes sense. Like I want to wait on the Mystics to see if it grow. But what if the sharps or whoever they is, like the heavy hitters or whatever they are, what if they see what we see and catch this early line and back the truck up? We're not going to get this line.
I can tell you guys in NHL, the totals, it works for me more in totals, but also with sides that I'll, because I'm, spending every day working on NHL, I will beat lines by 50 or 60 cents, 70 cents. And I have a negative ROI on that. Negative ROI, because I'm just finding the public play before the public. Now, I don't think that the Mystics necessarily. I think there's going to be a lot of the public who thinks, what a deal on the Connecticut. They just beat them on the road. They're looking now, I'm not sure. But I do think that this line moves towards the Mystics and that the public could still be on Connecticut with this line moving towards the Mystics. I think that I should probably move on that 2.5 right now. I think I should.
That's really the only spot I really feel that like stands out compared to the rest is the Mystic spot. I thought that was just a bad spot for him the last time that they played against Connecticut. But when has Connecticut ever been fat and happy coming into a basketball game?
That was a good get-up spot.
Like they beat the Sky. In my heart, they beat the Fever. That game was bullshit, but they ended up losing that game, and then they bounced back in synthetic fashion. I just don't see them keeping up that same exact form as they had before. Shouts to Aaliyah Edwards. She kind of got offed after being a top 10 draft pick last year. She got offed off into the sunset when Kiki Arefin and Sonia Citrone showed up to the scene. And now she's on the Connecticut Sun. That would be my only concern would be one of these games, Aaliyah Boston, you got to be a little bit sick. You got drafted top 10 by the Mystics and you got traded by them, like to the Connecticut Sun, to the worst team in the league. But I think the Connecticut Sun are back on fade mode because the market has finally corrected itself with the Connecticut Sun.
The Connecticut Sun are printing money for us, printing money. And they did again last night.
It's the number, not the team.
This team is printing money.
That's the only problem.
It's the number. The numbers are printing money for the Connecticut Sun.
Yeah, we don't have to agree on that. It's all good. The Connecticut Sun are making me more. They've single-handedly, the Connecticut Sun, the Sparks have got me back 14 units in the last month, and the appeal now is every time. Like I knew, like with Alcantara had those two spectacular starts, and then I saw in all the group chats, he's bet on now, and I knew right then. I was like, okay,
yeah,
now it's time to fade Alcantara because the public has jumped on. They're always the public's always late to the party, always early to the funeral, and that's the only thing that will happen here. But I understand, your angle there, Brizzy, about the numbers, not the team, and I also understand.
If I see this line even think about moving toward the Mystics, I'm gonna post it.
I think that we just get ahead of it and take the risk here. The WNBA is a little different. Well, I mean, it's very, very different than MLB.
It is.
I mean, we knew we were on the Connecticut Sun yesterday all day, and that line moved against us 1.5 points, even when we had bet it. That had gone from 5.5 to 6.5, and did that concern us at all? In MLB, it would have concerned us a great deal, but not here. Exciting stuff. I know that you got to set up for your next show, Justin. So thank you so much for rocking with us. And Brizzy, I want to talk Brizzy a little bit here, so I'm going to keep you here for a second. But Justin, thank you so much, my man. Go get that cash. I put Justin's X handle in the chat. Please hit that link and support our guy, Justin. Any last words, Justin, my man?
Thanks for having me. Let's have it done.
Let's get it. There he is, Justin Mcelvy in the house. Brizzy, before we talk about UFC at 3 a.m. There is a party here at my spot for the Canelo Crawford fight, and my in-laws are all over Crawford. They were shocked that he was as big of a dog as he is. I've questioned some of the experts, and they're like, public's going to be all over Crawford in this spot because of how boring Canelo's last couple of fights are going to be, and that Canelo will be the value in this spot. That's from a couple of experts. Now, I want to hear from you on this September 13th bout, and I want to have a full breakdown with you at some point. Also with Preston at some point. This isn't the full breakdown. I just want to hear your thoughts right now on it.
Yeah, I'm not fading Canelo. The performances it takes two to tango in these one-on-one type of sports. You'll see it in like UFC or boxing or something like that. You have a boring opponent or your opponent isn't going to go for it, it's not going to make that interesting of a fight. But Crawford has that name brand value that's going to bring in public money. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the not in situation, just talking about market wise. It reminds me of Manny Pacquiao's fight against Barrios a couple of weeks ago, where the public fucking slammed Manny Pacquiao in that fight. And he was as live could be until that judge's scorecard got ran off. I think this is the best line that you're going to get on Canelo in God knows how long.
So right now, it hasn't changed since what it was on Saturday night. Over at 365, Canelo's minus 180, Crawford's plus 145. What's your guess on the market movement of that?
I think Canelo is going to close probably 225, 250.
Wow. And then, if you were to be making a move on Canelo, I mean, the fight to go the distance is minus 334. So it would just be Canelo by decision?
Nah, there's a couple of ways you can attack it. There's this one prop that it's a little bit risky, but it gets you plus money on this spot. And I do it a lot in boxing for like a favorite that is a little bit too juiced and I don't really want to fuck around with the parlays. Canelo to win, throw most significant strikes and land most significant strikes or punches in boxing, that would be plus money for you. Canelo to win by decision, plus 105. Like, I'd rather bet that live after a couple of rounds to see how that goes.
I'm getting plus 125 at 365 for Canelo by decision. What would you need for that number to want to move on it?
Anything plus money. I think Canelo just wins the decision. I don't think he's going to really knock this dude out.
So we have Canelo by decision available right now at plus 125.
It's a really good price tag. I got plus 105 at FanDuel.
What do you think that closes at?
I think that closes at even odds, like minus 110, minus 115, because the public's always going to bet a knockout prop in a boxing fight, regardless of how they do it or how they think about it. The Jake Paul fights are a prime example. Everybody always bets the knockout props, and he wins a lot of decisions.
So do you think that this should be something I lock in now?
Maybe after Labor Day.
Okay.
Labor Day is what, a week away? I don't see that line on Bet365 closing lower before Labor Day, closing lower than plus 110. I mean, think about all the public action that's going to come across college football, NFL, and the U.S. Open for tennis throughout the next 2 weeks.
Wow. Okay, this is great stuff. Thank you, my friend. Now tell us a little bit about this 3 a.m. spot and what's the plan for our squad for. So I guess it's so that is Friday night, Saturday morning, 3 a.m.
Yeah, Friday night going into Saturday morning. Boys been rolling hot, man. Dana White Contender Series. Hope you guys tuned in last night. I only had one bet, one play, bitch cash. And he's going to be fighting on that Perth card this weekend. Me and Joey hope to do the same exact thing. Make sure you guys tune in tonight. PFL video is going down. We're in Hollywood, Florida. Me and Joey will be going live 8 o'clock p.m. tonight for the fight card tomorrow, PFL 3 championship fights. And that's going to wrap it up and get into the UFC. The UFC card will be overnight. Boys are back in town, and we got a little bit of action today, a little bit of tennis action. WTA Monterrey here over down there in Mexico. We are backing the Canadian here, Leylah Fernandez. She desperately needed the momentum before this week. She had back-to-back first-round exits in her Montreal appearance and the Cincy appearance, but this is where she plays her best career tennis. Two-time champion here. The girl that she is playing is 18-22, Sakarakova. She took out a local wild card pretty easily. For anybody that knows, Mexican tennis sucks. So local wild card doesn't really help too much. But the key of the fade is she has not won one match or more in a tournament in 12 out of her last 13 tournament appearances. So I think Leylah Fernandez, good parlay piece. I think she's going to roll in this one. And then the other one is the last match of the night. If you need some late night action, this one pops off at 11 p.m. Have you up till 1 a.m. here. Alexandrova here. She's been in career best form, 7 quarterfinal appearances across her last 10 events. She's been rolling, and the girl that she's playing against today, Tajamovic, she had a 3-hour-long opening match of this tournament. It was so dramatic that she came back from 5 fucking points. Basically, she was down 5 points, ended up winning the match heroically. I think she's going to get faded very hard. This is a straight set winner, all day here. That was her first win in this tournament since 2018. She has not made it past the second round in any event that she's participated in since May. That's a long ass time. We're at the end of summer going into the fall. Take those 2 legs for the Monterrey Open tonight. We're down in Mexico. A little late night tennis action here.
I love it, Brizzy. Thank you so much for making time for us. We'd love to have you on tomorrow if you have time. We would love that enormously for that big WNBA card as well. Big week ahead. Thank you for all that you do for us. I popped Brizzy's X handle in the chat. Please hit that link and support our guy Brizzy. Brizzy, my man, thank you. Any last words for the Cappers supporting the show?
Yeah, shouts to everybody in the chat, man. You guys are bolder than me getting into the baseball grind day in, day out. That's why you got to listen to the experts like Jimmy the Bag and company on here. Make sure you guys hit the like, subscribe if you guys haven't already. It's going down in the DMs, so make sure you follow me over at GettingBills _ over on X, Billy Briz DFS over on IG. Make sure you stay tuned to the content this week.
Respect. There he is, our guy, Billy Brisbane. Let's bring Jose back in business here and put a bow on today's show. This will be the shortest show we're going to have for a long time. So hopefully I can take this energy and attack tomorrow's card with great vigor. Let's review action here today, Jose. Are you doing? Do you have a feel for that Canelo Crawford spot?
I don't. No. I didn't. I haven't looked at the lines or anything. So anything I tell you just be bullshit. Honestly,
I think I'm going to move early on that Canelo by decision here, and then live bet. You know, we also have a pickleball tournament during the day.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, I'm loving this shit.
I'd like to get some footage of that, but I really care more about the footage from Saturday. I need some videos, some pictures, something from them.
You know me, I take 0 pictures, so let's
I know,
hope.
and that's why I'm putting it out to the people. Not, I don't expect you to bring me any. Hopefully, the people can bring me some.
I take 0 pictures, man. But I was thinking about that too. It's just gonna be so special, all of us hang out together, and I don't know. I've never asked anybody to take a picture in my life, so I don't know.
I just hope there's some videos of everyone together. It doesn't have to be necessarily a posed picture, but if we can get like a nice little 20 seconds of video and I can make it into a video for the show or for the channel / show, that'd be great.
Oh yeah, man. We got the Travers Stakes as well. And then we have Nordy hammering the big Canadian race of the day up in I think it's in Edmonton, right outside Edmonton. So there's going to be so much, and then the race day is going to end, and we're all going to throw down. Then right, we head over to Nuke's hotel room, go down to the casino. God, it's going to be fucking great.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Well, you'll be there next year. This is our first annual Woodbine Classic here. Mr. Belvedere will be in Saratoga for that. So jealous, Mr. Belvedere. It's going to be fucking awesome. Well, we're going to fully cap it and hammer it. All right, let's review action here. Great to have TJ back in business and that 65.6% hit rate. ROI at 31%. We have a 4-2 game in Philly, 4-2 in Philly, and 7-2 in the top of the 8th in Detroit. God, I can't believe I didn't make money off of this. Kong saying you have a massive UFC card coming to Vancouver in October. I remember I've gone to one of them in Vancouver years ago. Brent Butt had fucking floor seats for us. It was awesome, man. The
Butt man.
Yeah, man. It was great seeing him at a poker night at his spot when we went back, man. It was a class act.
Are you still invited to your poker game?
Yes, but the turnout was a lot lower. And I take the blame for that. I don't know what to say.
I think the turnout will be now lower after the guy last time just took his beer and just started pouring it out on the table.
I don't know what to say though. I have a darkness inside. Maybe it comes out at Woodbine. Who knows?
I think it's the darkness releases itself when you start competing against others and not betting with them.
Yeah, because you think about how magical every year is in San Antonio. And
then the poker tournament starts, and then Jimmy just blank. No talking. Jimmy doesn't talk. He'll be blacked out, so he won't remember what the fuck's going on. But he'll play really well in the poker tournament, though. That's a guarantee.
I have not. The only thing I've regretted in the years of our Pubapalooza is the sloppy tits contest that I put together. don't know how drunk I was for that. I was too drunk. So
I'll be honest. I don't remember a sloppy tits competition.
Oh, good.
I feel like I would have been involved in it too.
That's the only thing I feel bad about.
Not the throwing of the laptop.
Look, those things happen, man. That's just part of the game.
Collateral. I get it.
Let's review action here. Stacks play the day number 1, Julio Rodriguez. Stacks play the day number 2, Junior Caminero. Then we have Fap Win. This is Fap Win's horse action day. His ROI is very good.
Yes.
So this is Fap Win's action. He gave us this from Australia. Took a break from his vat of lube. And here we go. AM 7-2 Phillies. Now that over cashing. Great job, AM. You deserve it, man. Deserve it. Also, Concept saying get in that Cappers contest and Survivor. Turnbuckle Tommy running hot. Justin McKelvey catching that over 8.5. Great job, fellas. White Sox first 5 plus a half is the pig milk play of the day. And you know what? It just, I don't know what it is about it, man. I sent Jose a bunch of footage and he put it together spectacularly well, as if he went to film school, as if he is a director, editor.
I'm always surprised to see those udders.
Yeah, they are. They are.
How many times you've watched it,
It's the blonde. I can't take my eyes over that fucking.
Her pants get lower every time I see her as well. They just inch down lower as well every time.
Now the flank steak play today from our friend Nine Legacy is the Boston Red Sox. And we have Spooner on the over 6.5 in Cubs Brewers. He's also on Yankees money line and the Padres.
Well, the flanks. Hold on, the flank stakes on the Red Sox.
Oh yeah,
they're not playing today, so I can't. I don't know who. That must be from yesterday.
It's not. It's not from yesterday. It's from today.
Okay, he's already getting ahead of it from tomorrow. Okay,
we'll have to ask Nine Legacy about that tomorrow.
I mean, I'm going to be betting the Red Sox this weekend too, so I get it.
We have Julian Cesario. He is on the Brewers and the Yankees here. MLB review here. 1-1 if the Tigers come home with it, but lost a little bit of big. And this is bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. We capped it. We capped it very well. Those of you who had action last night, would have been in trouble with this card. But if you waited and let the market kind of indicate what the hammer, I have no excuse being 1-1. It's trash. Marlins first 5 with Alcantara, and that's first 5 plus a half with Lord. And then I'm going to figure out what to do with the Braves. I'm going to be on them in some sort. And then I want to fade Shohei. I'm thinking of fade his earned runs. Get it over earned runs. That's what I'm going to do. That's a great call by Matty Ice. But he paid minus 145 for that. I got to figure out what to do. But the fading Shohei in some form has been paying out every week. And I'm going to do that again here. Public loves him. And then I'm going to look just to get in on the Sparks Live in WNBA. My focus is going to be solely on tomorrow's card.
CFL, college, little NFL preseason, maybe. Everything is tomorrow.
Yes, Justin, I'm on. Those were bets I put in here. The first 5 money line. Swiggy says, "Can I get a copy of?" Now that will take time that I'll have to bring because, it's not like I have one line. I don't have maybe what I should start doing is have another page for Cappers Action. That's what I should do, Swiggy, because I've got it all mixed in here. But I will definitely send that to you. But that's what I'll start doing. I'll start a different worksheet that I can just send you after the show. That's what I'll do. Jose Bouquet, please. And yes, so Justin, yes, I'm on Alcantara. First 5, I paid the juice. Minus 135 money line. I'm trying so hard not to bet first 5 minus a halves. Very hard to try to do that. Now I'm betting a lot of first 5 plus a halves, the TJ special. Jose Bouquet, please review your action.
Yes. So I am on the Nationals first 5 plus a half there, minus 120. I'm on the guard.
Let's get it.
Yeah, the Guardians as well, minus 101, I believe. That's my only action. I'm hopefully cash with the Tigers. Full game money line. But yeah, there's only 2 bets for me here today.
Oh wow. Wow, keeping it clean, eh?
Well, Jimmy, admittedly, after that 5-0 or whatever it was in like the first 4 batters, I wanted to shut it down. I wanted to just shut it down, but I have to dig myself out of a deficit. So
what is your full record right now?
I had it up earlier today. As you can tell, I don't have my laptop in front of me because it died, but I'm down 4.9 units.
Okay, you need a winning day. So sorry. So if with the Tigers cash, what else do you have?
Nationals plus a half and the Guardian. So I'll be down a little under a unit. I believe if I go a little over a unit, I should say, going 3-0 here. I am down 4.92 units. 227 and 241 this year.
Okay, go get it. We gotta get you back in the black, man.
Yeah, we do need it. But it's gonna be a loaded show tomorrow. We've got college football, we've got CFL, we've got the NFL preseason, we've got the dub. We've got a lot of stuff going on tomorrow, so it should be a fun show. A lot of guests, I'm sure, rotating in and out. A lot of good cappers. So don't forget to tune in. Hit the like button while you're here, and there's a notification button on the YouTube machine. If you don't have notifications turned on, turn them on so you guys know we can know we are live.
Yeah, and we have a decent MLB schedule as well, so it's going to be a big one. And then Friday, as you know, it's going to take 6 hours. I'm okay with that. Will Johnson says, let's get a 2-leg parlay.
Guardians money line is mine.
Well, that's on right now. Shout out to WT, man, our guy from Costa Rica back in business. It's football season. WT rolls through.
Is the Nationals game not kicked off yet?
Yeah, it's as no, it's not first pitch.
No, you got 7 minutes. Will Johnson, good luck.
Okay, so your leg is what?
The Guardians, and if you can get that in, it's the Nationals. But yeah, it's the Guardians full game money line. He's got 7 minutes.
And I would I'd say just throw that with the Atlanta Braves money line. I know it's a minus 200 type situation, but that's what I would do. That's it for Will, my man. I hope that works. AM liking that over 9 in Cleveland, Arizona. Thank you guys so much. AM, Robert Franklin, Will Johnson, Voodoo Ranger, Justin McKelvey, Irish King. We do. Justin Biller joining us from Germany. What up, Justin? Hope you're good. Thank you guys so much for all your support. The Chillest, Mr. Belvedere. Can't believe you're going to be at Saratoga on Traverse Stakes Day. That's dope, man. Turnbuckle Tommy. Kong's Clip says, get in the Cappers contest and Survivor. We got Big Zoe in the house. Thank you guys so much, all of you. Big Daddy, Boom, The Wager, Detective Dougie, Wise, Leo, Leon, all of you guys. Truly, thank you so much for your support. Now, let's go get that cash. We have been on a very strong 3 or 4 week run. And it's because you get out of life what you put into it. And we're doing the work, and we are reaping the rewards, and they won't stop if we keep working together as a team like this. So let's keep getting that cash. Jose Bouquet, my friend, thank you for all that you do for us. Can you please bless our action and leche us into the future?
Yeah, shout out to you guys in the chat. Nasty Nate, Justin, TJ, all you guys in there. Troy Torrance, we appreciate you guys all watching the program. All the guys that come on screen as well. Thank you guys for helping this channel being what it is. Remember, hit the like button. And more importantly, go to pubsportsradio.com and sign up for that Cappers contest and sign up for the Survivor Pool. It's a whole lot of fun every year. We can't wait to do it. Till then, load a show tomorrow, and let's leche, los bookmakers.